Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's give it up for our youth teams. Starting off with the Muskego Youth Football Spirit Team, first grade. Next up, the Muskego Youth Football Spirit Team, second grade. Introducing the Muskego Youth Football Spirit Team, third and fourth grade.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Muskego High School, the site for tonight's non-conference football matchup between the visiting Neenah Rockets and the host Muskego Warriors. Good Friday evening. I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out as always with Brett Christopherson and Jim Rosandick, and a special guest in the booth with us. We have Jr Radcliffe of the Journal Sentinel here, and we're all on board here to talk football and talk a big game between these two combatants, one from the Classic 8, one from the Fox Valley Association. Gentlemen, and let me specify this. I got to go to Brett because we might get confused up here with this many folks on the mic. Brett, big matchup. Big game. Glad that we're here.
It's such a big game. We're doing a three-man booth a la Monday Night Football. JR and I were talking about this before you got in. Who's Howard Cosell? Who's Dandy Don? And who's Frank?
Just make sure I'm not O.J. Simpson.
No. Okay. Yeah.
There. So.
We called you Howard Cosell. But, yeah,
okay.
here we go. Back-to-back nights, right? Classic 8 again versus the Fox Valley Association. We saw a really good one last night at Appleton North. McWanago pulling that one, or pulling away late. It was a tight game into the fourth quarter, but McWanago winning 20-10. McWanago ranked third in the Division I preseason poll by WisSports.net. Now we go up a level. Muskego ranked number 2 in recent state championships. Obviously, Muskego was a recent state finalist. Man, I mean, and Neenah's got big aspirations with Grant Dean, the Badger recruit. Evan Van Evenhoven's back at quarterback. Ashton Van Beek should be doing some things as wide receiver. Luke Young, that safety combo between Dean, because he's a two-way player, and Young might be one of the best safety combos in the state against all of this talent here in Muskego. It is going to be a whale of a game. I'm expecting, like last night, it's going to be a tight ball game for sure.
Hey, want to introduce everyone again to Jr Radcliffe. JR, hello. Thank you, and we really appreciate you being on board, helping us out, and I guess being the Muskego expert, Brett? Can I say that, JR?
I mean, I guess I do know a little bit about the Milwaukee area. So
yes,
that works. I do feel like this is the perfect, you've got the Classic 8 versus the FVA, and you guys and me coming together in my hometown, sort of. I really appreciate you coming down to visit me so that I could take part in this.
Well, we came down just for you, actually.
That is what I heard.
There just happened to be a football game playing.
I'm very excited about that. I did tell Brett before we started recording that no one would get the Don Meredith, Howard Cosell references.
Right. Handful of people.
We're going to have to go with Gifford, Deardorff, Fouts to even get close, but still, very excited to be here. This is really cool. I have never gotten to do this for a high school football game. I've not covered high school football full-time since 2018, so I've been in and out, been at a game here or there, been to state a bunch of times where I get to run into you guys every year, so that's always something I really, really look forward to, and this is going to be pretty special for me, too. I'm very, very happy to be here.
For the folks who don't know, now, Jay, what is your official title at the Journal Sentinel again?
Sure. So I'm the trending sports reporter at the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. That's still a title. I'm just never going to warm up to it. I don't think. I keep telling people I don't love the title, but it's what it is. We I try to hit all the things that are between the beats. Not Brewers, not Badgers, not Bucks, but kind of a little of all of it. Little Packers in there, fill in where I can, and go into some games. Do the podcast thing, covering the Brewers and the Bucks weekly with the Brewers. So obviously there's a little bit of high school thrown in there too. So pretty much anything I can get my hands on is what I'm writing, what I'm working on.
But your background is high school sports. That's where you got started. Loved working with you back in the day.
And I should say to those watching in the Fox Valley, JR is a Kaukauna native. He is a proud galloping ghost.
With the most, you bet, buddy. I love me a little Fox Valley. I couldn't, Neenah, it's been a minute. Got to go back to the days of Aaron Shaw and Sam Oatman.
Yeah, right.
If we're gonna talk about my experience watching Neenah Athletics, the Strompolis sisters on the basketball team.
Yes. Wow, you're really taking me back.
I used to be FVA through and through, buddy. That was was who I was growing up, watching those games, traveling, watching my classmates play. But so it's been a minute. It's been 25 years.
That's a long minute.
Been a lot of Milwaukee since then. So got a little bit of background watching these teams in Milwaukee, probably a little bit more than the FVA. But that's in my blood, guys.
Hey, Ricardo, I just want to mention before we get started with game notes that we have a different video feed tonight, and I just want to make mention that we are actually tapped into the Muskego High School video feed. I want to thank the athletic director, Ryan McMillan, here for letting us hang out. But as we were talking about this even this past spring, trying to look at this game, he was saying, hey, we got a really good production crew here. Do you mind, we'd be happy to have you guys here do play-by-play if we can continue with our production and do the video stream. We said, sure. We actually got the thumbs up from the powers that be. But so it's a different look, I guess, scoreboard-wise. But still, it's going to be the same great production. Really looking forward to working with the good folks here at Muskego High School.
You know, I actually got to cover Ryan McMillan when he first started at Oconomowoc as a high school football coach. He came to the area, and I got to cover him then. And I've you know, I wouldn't say I've followed his career, but talked to him actually earlier this week. Now that he's been athletic director here for several years, but he was kind enough to hook me up with one of the coaches, get a little background about this Muskego football team. But he is also a football guy through and through. His Oconomowoc teams got very, very good underneath him. They were, when they started, it was a little bit rough, and he brought them to a place where they could contend level 3 and level 3 and up sort of thing. So he's got some great background, and now he's here overseeing one of the biggest schools in the state, especially when it comes to athletics. Muskego football is, they have 6 losses in 6 years, a couple state titles in the not too distant past. Hasn't 2020 kind of the unofficial state title with COVID, and then they've fallen just a little bit short the last couple of years in level 3. Had some mistakes, run into a very good Franklin team. I think 6 of the last 8 playoffs they've run into Franklin. That's like a customary thing here, but they are one of the best programs in the Milwaukee area, and obviously at the state at large.
Little Kimberly-esque, you would say, right? That 41-game winning streak, back-to-back 14-0 seasons. So yeah, this will be fun. I'm really excited to be here. Beautiful school. We'll talk about that beautiful indoor facility that's attached to the school back there as well. But Ricardo, we got some game notes to do, right?
Yeah, we do. And again, this was put together by Brett earlier this week. Thank you so much again, as you always come through for us. But I'll start off with Muskego. You can follow up with
Neenah. You're going to start with the Warriors? Okay, good.
With the Warriors. So the Warriors ranked number 2 in Division 1 in the WisSports.net state preseason poll. They're coming off a 10-2 showing last season, which they finished second in the Classic 8 behind league champ Kettle Moraine. Muskego went 6-1 in conference. Kettle Moraine, they finished a perfect 7-0. And Kettle Moraine nipped Muskego 8-7 in a regular season finale to claim the conference championship. Must have been, a walk-off home run there at the bottom of the ninth there for Kettle Moraine. Muskego, they advanced as far as the Division I state quarterfinals before bombing out to Franklin, 35-7. Franklin went on to be the state runner-up. 5 starters returned for the Warriors on both sides of the ball. Defensively, senior lineman Liam Shaw, Harvard commit Nicholas McCullough lead the way. That combo is considered among the best in the state, expected to set the tone for the Warriors on that side of the ball. McCullough tied for 4th on the team in tackles last season with 55. He also had 5.5 sacks. Shaw was right behind him with 52 tackles. He also registered a team best 9 sacks. Now offensively, Jack Lavish, am I saying that right?
You are.
Oh boy, is back at fullback. He will be a featured component in the Warriors wing T offense. I used to run the wing T back in the day at Farmville.
Is that right?
Amro, sorry, not Farmville. Lavish rushed for 1,222 yards, 10 touchdowns a year ago, and leading the way for a rushing offense. Look at this. Total 3,100 yards, scored 55 touchdowns, all on the ground. That's amazing. Muskego's JV squad, they finished with an undefeated record last season. Signal to the Classic 8 and the rest of the state that, hey, they not only expect to compete for that league championship, but the state title as well. And speaking of that JV team, Shaw's younger brother Joey, he quarterbacked that group to a 9-0 record, expected to start at QB this season for the varsity. And Joey Shaw, just a sophomore, but veteran Muskego head coach Ken Krause told the Journal Sentinel he might be a sophomore, but he plays like a junior or senior. So Muskego's next game next Friday in a non-conference matchup. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock. Brett, and later I'll run down the all Classic 8 performers.
We'll talk about all that stuff a little bit
Muskego,
later.
but Neenah, what can you tell me about the Rockets?
Well, I just want to say, as folks again watch this Muskego High School video stream, you're going to see some replays, some different highlights of different sports they're honoring. Who is that out there, guys? Is that a state championship soccer team, I want to say, a girls soccer that they're honoring?
Oh, I saw their championship game. They beat Kimberly in the T1 championship.
So they're getting their rightful honor here as we get ready for this Week 1 game. But congratulations to the Warriors on that Division I state championship this past spring, that Ricardo, that you covered.
I did.
But let's talk about the Rockets. So the Rockets ranked 12th in Division I this week's, or the WithSports.net state preseason poll, and they're coming off a 9-3 showing last season, in which they finished 3rd in the rugged Fox Valley Association behind co-champs Kimberly and Kaukauna, JR. The
Ghost with the most.
There you go. The Rockets wound up 5-2 in league play, 1 game behind both the Papermakers and those Galloping Ghosts. Neenah reached the Division I state quarterfinals, where it fell to rival Kimberly 14-7. Remember, we streamed that game, Ricardo. That was a back-and-forth battle the entire way. Rockets offense should be formidable again with the return of University of Wisconsin recruit Grant Dean at running back and Evan Van Evenhoven at quarterback. The speedy Dean, one of the top two-way players in the state, who is committed to the Badgers as a defensive back. I think a safety, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He rushed for 1,774 yards and 25 touchdowns last season. He also finished with 20 receptions for 239 yards and 3 TDs. Now, Van Evenhoven, remember, Ricardo missed a lot of last season with some injuries, but he's also a speedster and has really developed as well into a very good dual-threat quarterback. Remember, we're kind of seeing the development of that passing game before he went down last season. Neenah coach Steve Young also cited the addition of running back Drayden Hannon, who played JV last season after transferring from Winneconne. Ashton Van Beek, who filled in admirably at quarterback last season when Van Evenhoven went down, playing very well as a freshman. He's expected to move to wide receiver this season, and Van Beek ran for 563 yards, 6 touchdowns, and should be a favorite target in the passing game with his athleticism, speed, and now experience as well. Defensively, Dean and Luke Young anchor what should be among the top safety duos in the state. That is a really nice back end of the defense. Dean also a very dangerous return man. He finished with 213 kickoff return yards and a touchdown last season on just 7 returns. And Neenah lost 7 starters defensively and 4 offensively from last season's team, including 23 letter winners in all. So some holes to fill, some holes to plug in. But Ricardo, Steve Young's done such a nice job of revitalizing this Rockets program that it is kind of reload now, right? You lose some guys and some talented guys, but you got guys coming up in the wings waiting to take that next step. And I think here's a great first step, and no slouch like we talked last night. You got to credit both of these teams, like Mukwonago and Appleton North last night. They could have scheduled an easy Week 1 non-conference game. No, let's play each other. Let's measure each other immediately and see where we're at as the season begins.
Muskego coming out, nice little entrance there. They got the fog going. It's like the Miami Hurricanes there, JR. Everybody's got to be nice, and I love the way that they set up the nice intros and everything. Gets everybody fired up, and we're expecting a good one here again at Muskego High School, and we're hoping that some of these guys sit down here. There we go. Nice. Okay. Again, nice press box up here, Brett. It's nice and wide, and I like it like that, and plenty of room for all of us here. Again, a 4-man booth, the first time we've ever had that.
It's fun.
I don't know about fun. JR's going to let us know
it just depends
towards the end of the game.
I was going to say, toward the end of the game, when things get a little ripe, we'll see how it might get a little cozier than it is right now.
Don't worry, JR. I put on my deodorant for the week, so
proud
we're all
of you,
good.
Ricardo. Proud of you. You mentioned tough, having as tough a schedule as possible, and obviously that's a virtuous thing when you're talking about high school football. But man, these conferences, I mean, especially now the Classic 8, which has Pewaukee, where it used to have Waukesha North and Waukesha South. A lot of reasons why those teams weren't able to compete with the other suburban schools in the Classic 8, but there really were a couple of games scheduled into the year where a team could, go a little bit lighter because those teams weren't able to compete as much. Now you just have nothing. Like every week is a team that if they aren't caliber of a team that's going to go to the playoffs this year, they certainly were last year, the next year. These programs are not going to take multiple years off. So it's admirable to schedule it tough. You mentioned Muskego's got Oak Creek next week. It's admirable to toughen up the top part of your schedule because you're certainly going to get it in league play as well.
We were talking about Mukwonago last night, if memory serves. Of course, Appleton North last night, then Sun Prairie East, then Muskego, I think, is in the first 3 weeks of the season for Mukwonago. So you talk about a tough stretch to open the season. But we'll talk more about the game here in a moment, but our national anthem coming up next.
All right, back here at Muskego High School, site for tonight's non-conference. Can I call it a showdown? I think I can call it a showdown.
Absolutely.
Between the visiting Neenah Rockets and the host Muskego Warriors. Perfect weather. I don't know if you can find any kind of better atmospheric conditions. We're not expecting any rain, nothing like that. And going to be a good one here between these two state-ranked foes. Brett, that reminds me, we had our first ESPN statewide poll that I'm a member of.
ESPN?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get to it in a second, but yeah, we're no longer, the Associated Press is not putting out a ranking anymore.
Okay.
So I'm a participant in the new ESPN version of that.
Is it all the same people that voted for the AP
I
one?
would think so.
All right.
Yeah.
So same deal, different name is all.
Yes, and some different people. I think that before it was just print. Now it's kind of everybody. Like, you know, we include some television and radio.
Well, you look for that. I'm going to tell everybody that Neenah will receive the ball first. Back to receive this opening kick. Number 6, Zane Schmidt. Number 8, Grant Dean. And JR, it's going to be very interesting to see the strategy for Muskego because, of course, Grant Dean is a speedster. He can really fly. Going to play for the Badgers next season. Schmidt, no slouch either. He's got some wheels. So are they going to kind of a squibbit, little bouncer, or are they going to trust their coverage units here and then kick it deep and see what they can, if they can maybe pin the Rockets inside the 20? Well, they're going to kick it deep, and it looks like it's going to be Schmidt with it at the 7. Ooh, some big hitting going on right away, but Schmidt almost to the 20-yard line. We are underway from Muskego High School. Beautiful setting.
How about that? You asked if Grant Dean was going to get the ball, so instead, like the true safety that he is, he throws a pretty good block right there on the opening kickoff. I imagine Wisconsin sees him as the type of guy who can do that sort of thing, much like
say it. Yep.
Hunter Woolner.
Yes.
Hunter
Right.
Woolner.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, there's a comparison for sure. Played, of course, at Muskego and is now one of the leaders on the Badgers secondary.
And probably will be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future.
Probably could have pulled that off this past year.
Yeah.
Decided to come back to Wisconsin.
Well, here we go. Good to see Evan Van Evenhoven back for the Rockets. He's number 10, handoff. And yep, Dean. Whoa, fumble right away, and Muskego's got it. That's 65 falling on it. Nathan, is that Mackinnon, a junior defensive lineman? Ball just squirted out. Dean kind of got in that scrum. Don't know who got a hand on the football, but wow, what a start for the Warriors defensively. And look at this field position. Ball at the Neenah 21.
Couldn't ask for a better start for Muskego here, Brett. Big game, their first of the year, and first play, you get a takeaway.
They had 44 starts on that defensive line coming back. Guys who've started 44 football games coming in, so that's a lot of experience. Right off the bat, they make their impact felt along that defensive line.
Guessing they're doing that ball drill, right? Knocking it away when you get in that scrum. Now our first look at Shaw, and is that number 18, Jack Labish, the senior fullback. So explain this wing T stuff, guys, because
okay.
I remember covering Muskego in that Bayport game in that state finals. Was that 2020? What year was that? That was
not too long ago.
Maybe 2019, I want to say, or 2018, something like that. I'll have to look at the notes, but boy, it's trickery, right? You never know really quite where that ball's going.
Right, and a lot of it is pulling guards, things like that, common plays, belly left, belly right, waggle left, right when it comes to passing, that kind of stuff. Of course, Brett, I'm trying to remember from back in my days in the early 90s in the wing T. I was an offensive tackle, so we had some tackle traps as well if your tackles couldn't move. Like I was very fleet of foot for a tackle. You might not believe that, but I was. We ran tackle traps, but I'm not sure if that's, even within a wing T concepts, you have variations of it. So I would expect to see a lot of, like what you said, deception, but also pulling guards, that kind of stuff. And it's very few teams run it. So it's a tough offense to prepare for during the season for sure.
Third down coming up. Yep. Handoff. Labish. And, ooh, trying to, I think he got it. Good little push and just enough for that first down. That's a good point. Actually, guys, I was thinking about this today. It's got to be, though, easier for Neenah because they've known that Muskego's on the schedule week 1. So you've got more time to prepare for this, right, to study this offense versus, let's say, you got to face them week 6 or in the playoffs, something like that, where you're not sure if you're going to face a team that runs the wing T. So at least the Rockets have had ample time to prepare.
Can't believe you guys brought me out here for my debut here, and wing T is what I'm seeing before me. That's the third time I've missed who the ball carrier is.
Right, there's a little deception there. Jer, that's number 3, Jackson. How are we saying that?
Jackson Nemick.
Nemick, a junior running back for the Warriors.
By the way, Muskego in the ESPN Wisconsin media poll, second behind Marquette, number 2. And Neenah is in the others receiving votes category. So, by the way, FVA is represented by Kimberly. They're ranked 6th, but Marquette, Muskego, Franklin, Waunakee, Mukwonago, that's your top 5. Arrowhead's in there, too.
Boy, that's Classic 8. Lot of teams, right?
Large schools, by the way, so it's the first 3 divisions.
There's Lavish again, kind of got tripped up. Rockets defense, holding steady. And, guys, I'm also thinking, I don't want to jinx anything, but this might be like an hour game.
You just jinxed it.
Seeing as how both teams like to run some more. If we're lucky, we can hit that rush hour traffic still going back home. Rosie and I had some harrowing experiences coming down, but we made it.
To the big city. You guys were, you made it, though.
Well, I missed a couple roundabout turns, and I was going in the wrong direction because I was pinned in the wrong lane, but, we managed.
Third down and 6 from the 6.
Labish rustling his way. Now 4th and goal coming up. What does Ken Krause want to do, the head coach for Mukwonago? Ball at where? The 3? 4th and goal. Looks like they're going to go for it.
You just did something
we'll see. Looks like maybe the field goal unit's coming out, JR.
They've always had good kickers in Muskego, so it would not surprise me if they have somebody who can slice this through. 3 points, they got the turnover on the first drive. No need to give that back so fast. Maybe you get a little bit out of it. Not quite what you wanted. You called him Mukwonago for a second after watching Mukwonago. I don't know how you guys are going to pull this off. Not referring to Muskego.
Oh, did I say Mukwonago?
I mean,
yeah.
I would do it too.
Did I do that?
I would even do it myself without having been at the Mukwonago game last night.
Yeah, Muskego. 20-yard attempt and splits the uprights. That is number 83, Gabe Walden with the kick. And Muskego turning that turnover into 3 points. I think, though, if you're Neenah, Ricardo, you feel like that's a bit of a win, right?
Yes, especially basically turning the ball over in the red zone. Just going to update my Twitter. You can find me at no, I almost did it, Brett. It's at Ricardo DeLeon.
Hey, it's still preseason a little bit.
DELIAN. Brett's at PC Brett C. Rosie's at Middle Rosie. And you are what, JR?
Oh, I'm just Jr Radcliffe.
There you go.
Pretty simple. Just remember that E on the end. That's all you got to do.
That's right.
I want to thank our sponsors, guys, before we get going. Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Cellcom is your local wireless carrier who keeps you connected to what matters most. With a homegrown 5G network and extraordinary customer care, they are more than just a wireless carrier. They are technology with a heartbeat. Visit cellcom.com to learn more. And Cooney's, get your team, club, or business name out there with Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They customize products specifically to fit their customers' needs. Custom embroidery, screen printing, and graphic design. Cooney's does it all. Visit them online at Cooney'sEmbroideryandSportswear.com. Again, we are using the Muskego High School video feed tonight. They have a great production crew. Got to meet Kyle and Cole, right, Rosie? And really did a nice job of helping us set up. So that's why it's a little bit of a different look. We're going to see some replays as well tonight. And we will not have the Cellcom and Cooney's scoreboard. And look at this, is that Zane Schmidt coming down near sideline, and a nice return and a good answer by the Rockets. But we will make sure to thank Cellcom and Cooney's throughout this webcast. But it's kind of fun, Ricardo, kind of see some different camera angles and see some of what Muskego and their great production team here at the high school can do. Really, the question
is Rosie going to be critiquing those cameras?
Rosie's going to be asking for more cameras.
Yes.
Shouts to the kicker, by the way, Gabe Walden. Just put those 3 points in, then gets a tackle on special teams.
How about that, right?
Busy sequence for him.
Whoa, high snap. Nice job by Van Evenhoven, who keeps it, wrestles his way into Muskego territory. Almost did it again.
It's going to happen all night. That's how it is.
I struggle sometimes at home when it's Kimberly and Neenah, both red. Kind of, I've messed that up more than one occasion as well. So.
Well, Brett, we're all getting older, my friend.
Ooh, JR and I were talking about that. We both need our readers right now.
Trading war stories. And 2 offensive snaps for Neenah. They've both been adventures so far.
Yes. Opening game jitters for the Rockets here. 2nd down and 7 from the Muskego 49.
Van Evenhoven, such a threat, and a nice job just faking it. Wrestles his way, still on his feet. The senior inside the 35. Good run, and really sold just a little bit of that pass fake, right? Had the defense frozen a little bit. You have to honor him. Again, he has really developed into a dual threat quarterback. He's got a good arm, and a nice job by Van Evenhoven. 1st down and 10 at the 33-yard line for the Rockets.
Yeah, strong start for Van Evenhoven. 2 carries, 20 yards for the Rockets. Again, they're on their 2nd offensive possession. They're first ended on the first play with that fumble right at the 21 of the Neenah 21, I should say, which set up that Muskego field goal.
Handoff, this time Grant Dean tucking it in. Good push by that offensive line, and Dean's 2nd carry of the night takes the Rockets to the 30. I'm trying to remember last year what's for Van Evenhoven. I think he had an ankle injury, right? And then I thought it was something with his hand.
His wrist or something.
Yeah, a little bit later. So really was limited in what he could do. But Ashton Van Beek did a nice job stepping in, and as a true freshman, well, anybody's a true freshman at the high school level, right? But as a freshman, did a nice job, and then now he'll play some wide receiver for the Rockets with Van Evenhoven back, and this time a little.
He had his receiver, Brett, just way off on that throw.
Yeah, that was a bad ball.
Who was the intended receiver? Number 14. That was Charles Mathias, sophomore wideout.
3rd and 7 for Neenah coming up here. Just underway here in the 1st quarter. 6:02 left. Muskego 3, Neenah nothing.
4-down territory here, Ricardo, no doubt about it. So a couple downs for the Rockets. And good hole between looking like that tackle and guard on the right side, and that's a 1st down. Good job by Van Evenhoven, staying patient, waiting for that block to open, and he doesn't need much. Chains keep moving inside the 25 down to the 22-yard line for the Rockets. So a good answer after the turnover, which led to 3 points for the Warriors.
You mentioned the vision and the patience there by Van Evenhoven. took that first couple steps, as you said, Brett. Let that the offensive line kind of do their work, get bodies moved out of the way, and he was able to just slightly cut it over to the right and get those yards.
Now he's going left, watching that line do some work. Van Evenhoven trying to get, well, inside the 10, maybe right at the 10, but that offensive line, Ricardo, doing some very good work here in the early stages of this one.
There's a flag on the
there's
play.
going to be a hold, so I didn't see the flag coming back.
And yesterday, Brett, how often did we see Appleton North? Very good game against Muskego, but that really hurt them. The penalties,
pre-snap stuff, right?
Procedural ones too, just stuff that you got to clean up during practice.
The ball moves back to the 27-yard line after that holding call.
Brings up a 1st and 15 at the 27.
Neenah picked to finish second by WisSports.net, the Fox Valley Association. Kimberly picked to win the FVA title. Kakana picked third. JR,
Whoa.
close, huh? Then Fond du Lac.
It's been a football revolution over there.
It really
last
has.
year was a big breakthrough.
It was. Yep.
Co-champs with the paper makers. This time Dean looking for some running room. But yeah, Kakana has picked third, even despite all of the losses. Finley Dorio, the offensive player of the year at quarterback. A lot of graduation losses for the Ghosts, but still picked third. Then Fond du Lac fourth, Appleton North fifth, Hortonville, Oshkosh West, and Appleton East. Neenah, a playoff participant in every season since 2014. And as we said, the Rockets JV team undefeated last year, and a number of those guys are up on the varsity level this season.
I'm actually struck by the number of sophomores on this roster. I don't know how many of them played, but we've already called a couple of their names. You mentioned last year's quarterback is a wide receiver.
Matthias was a target.
As well, yep.
Oh, nice little pitch to Dean, and really sold. Watch out, Dean into the end zone. What are we calling that? 24-yard for Dean on the option pitch. Beautifully sold by the Rockets. Wow.
Right, that got me. I was looking at the hard tackle and didn't know that he had pitched the ball. And there you go, Grant Dean showing off a little bit of that speed that's got him that Division I scholarship to the Badgers.
It's not just wing T that's got not just wing T that can play the deception game on offense, it looks like.
That was fun. Fun little play. And the Rockets now on top here with 4:13 to play in this first quarter. PAT is good. That's number 21, Jack Klunt, the senior.
Got to update my Twitter again. You can follow me at Ricardo, DELIAN. Maybe gonna give you some score updates as well, Brett. We got some of our loyal watchers like to give us updates on local scores as well.
Excellent. We appreciate that. Looks like we got a nice active chat on our YouTube page already. So we appreciate the big audience. We are streaming online, Post Crescent, the Green Bay Press Gazette, and of course the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. Also our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel and Facebook. So different platforms to watch tonight's big game.
By the way, Brett, our buddy Ken, the official's tuning in
good
as well. He said that there's a nice little referee graphic or officials graphic that comes up apparently on the feed there from Muskego.
Okay, so yeah. I've been kind of keeping an eye on what's going on production-wise. They really do a nice job. I'm impressed. Maybe we have to come back again and get
we might have to.
Let's go. I'm here.
Right? We're going to just do some more Classic 8 games.
This time I will meet Ricardo at Cops before.
Yes, I love Cops. And that, by the way, they're not a sponsor. but they could be. I'm just
I think everybody in Milwaukee talks about Cops, whether or not they have financial reason to do so.
Cops, or what about Gillies on Blue Mound?
Gillies is good. I've been there, too.
I thought that was Bud Selig's hangout, right? Didn't he also get a hot dog over there? Maybe he still does.
Just around the corner from Milwaukee Pius High School.
Is that where Pius is, around there?
It sure is.
And oh, you can hear the coaches here next to us. Almost. That's number 3, Jackson. Do we say Nemick? Is that junior running back? Looking pretty good on that return for Muskego.
Kept his footing, I think he would have had a much bigger game. Just tripped up just a second there, just enough for the Neenah guys to catch up.
Something too, JR, that we're going to kind of keep an eye on as the game goes on. We saw it a little bit last night at Appleton North, but cramping. Right, week one, it's always that summer weather. Not too humid, but still, it takes a lot out of you. And sometimes those cramping issues can pop up early in the season, especially on a beautiful night like tonight. Got to keep drinking that water. We'll talk a little bit about this Muskego team here in a second after this play, but and the Rockets all over that. Neenah with the carry, but the Rockets not fooled. But the quarterback, right? A sophomore, 6 foot, 170 pounds, Joey Shaw. He was the, I believe he quarterbacked the undefeated JV team last year for the Warriors. I know Ken Krause has very high thoughts on him. Younger brother of Joey Shaw, the Liam Shaw, I should say, the talented defensive lineman, right?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to be a sophomore
Muskego.
And make the varsity roster when you got a school this big, a program this big. I mean, you saw it before the game, how many bodies are out there. You know, all the youth programs. Like, there's just so many people in this community into football. So you don't often get sophomores competing like that. But like you said, as is a theme with programs like this, you mentioned Neenah, 9-0, 9-0 JV team, and he's one of them. So new quarterback this year.
The beauty of this is, I'm guessing he's pretty mentally tough, a good athlete, but think of the experience he's going to gain, and by the time he's a senior, wow. Be a 3-year starter at quarterback by the time he's a senior. There's Lavish on the carry, 4th down, punt team coming up. Good job by that Rockets defense to hold firm.
Got to be impressed with Neenah, man. I thought that after that first snap, fumbled, probably going to go a certain way. You kind of feel like in your head, but that's not what happened at all. Forced the field goal, came down, scored the touchdown, sustained a drive, big 3rd down conversion there with 4-down territory, but running the ball, getting the 1st down, and now here they are forcing a punt. Pretty good start for the Rockets.
Not too bad.
Again, I'm really impressed with the Muskego faithful that's come out here. This place is packed. I mean, this is a great setting for a high school football game, and we've been to some of the best ones, right, Brett? I mean, this is phenomenal.
Yeah,
phenomenal
this is
setting.
Very, very nice facilities here. Beautiful press box, just very comfortable. Beautiful looking school. And is that Schmidt on the far sideline? I believe so. But yeah, well, they got a brand new indoor facility, a la kind of Kimberly-esque, you could say. Kimberly, of course, we know all about that in the Fox Valley. They have a big one. West of Pier, not too long ago, opened one. I know Southern Door has one.
Kokana has one. I visited the softball team there when they were trying to go on their state run there in the spring. Very nice facility they got there, too.
But you can see it back there. Was a brand new indoor practice facility that includes a 50-yard indoor turf field and state-of-the-art weight room. It was part of a $44.6 million referendum project. Is that Dean on the carry? Oh, boy, watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Dean.
Oh, he's gone.
And he stays in bounds. That is a touchdown, 62-yard scamper for Grant Dean.
Brett, can I also add he's one of our Elite 11 football players, which debuted today on the Post Crescent and GreenBayPressGazette.com. Go check it out. One of our top senior players in the Fox Valley, but showing you why he's a Badger recruit. The athleticism, the speed there, Brett. Was he touched?
Well,
JR? I don't think he was touched.
Maybe got some fingertips there, but I don't think so. Certainly not in the backfield.
He got that block, and that's all he needed. Once he gets in that open field, he's got that sprinter speed, and he's gone. And the Rockets now taking command as the kick sails through. 14-3 lead for Neenah with 1:45 to play here. There's a replay, and no, I don't think he was touched. You can see Dean going. I thought maybe there was an angle there. Maybe got a little touch by the ankles at about the 10 or so. And he is into the end zone. That is a pair of touchdowns for the Badgers recruit already tonight.
So what do Neenah coaches, Ricardo, what have they said about Grant Dean? What do they compare him to? How do they view him?
Well, I don't know if they compared him to anyone. I did ask. This was in the summer sometime when certain websites were putting out top runners and defensive backs and all that kind of stuff, because Dean was missing from there erroneously, by the way. And I sent a little text over to Coach Young. I'm like, you guys still plan on featuring him? You never know when he's a Badger recruit. Are they saying tone down? He goes, oh no. He's going to be front and center in all 3 phases of the game. And he's basically going to be the guy. Boy, can I say workhorse? He was kind of the workhorse last year.
He's going to get plenty of carries.
But they do have a lot of other athletes that they can also put in there. But I think Dean, come on, when you need that yard, you need that big play, you're going to go to Grant Dean. He's their home run hitter.
It's kind of an interesting time in Badgers recruiting where a lot of the top recruits have been going out of state for a variety of reasons. I don't think it's an indictment on the program. I think it's just a shift in how things have gone. So, I mean, you get a couple guys from the state that might have something to prove. You mentioned that he wasn't on one of these lists, which maybe erroneously, but these are the guys that are able to go to the, to the University of Wisconsin, guys who are at that level who maybe have a little bit more to prove in their career.
Watch out here.
Ooh.
That's number 12, Devin Schrader.
Well, I'll tell you what, to get back to that Dean story, JR, I had actually, when I saw that he wasn't on, I thought maybe he wasn't playing. Just you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I actually texted Grant and I said, hey, everything's still okay? He's like, yeah. And then, because I said, oh, because you weren't listening. I'm just saying I think he took that as a challenge a little bit.
Like the Last Dance when Michael Jordan said,
yeah.
I took that personal.
I'm just saying. I'm just talking.
Whatever it takes to add a little bit more in that motivation department, right? Not that he needs any, but 2 touchdowns already today, including a 62-yarder. And let's see how Muskego can answer.
Some laundry on the field.
Boy, that was the first time I was completely fooled about where the ball was going.
Nick Leto gets that carry. He's a guy who's waited in the wings a little bit, pretty talented kid, but has had to wait his turn behind some older guys, and unfortunately that's going to get erased by a false start. But a good carry for him nonetheless.
Just wanted to finish about that indoor facility, though. According to our colleague Zach Bellman of the Journal Sentinel, he touched on it when he was previewing Muskego, but he said the athletic portion of the project was finished this summer. It was a referendum project by 2 separate referendum questions in 2022. So would love to see what that looks like inside.
Brett, I'm a big proponent for investing in athletics, so it's great to see Muskego do that. And
facilities in general, right? Even classroom space and all that good stuff. Who's got it here? This is going to
be fun all game trying to figure out who has the ball.
Nick Leto. I'm even using binoculars, and I'm having a hard time following the pigskin.
I mean, they got to fool those 5 guys up front. They're certainly going to fool us.
Yeah, that's not going to be too much. That's not going to be too difficult. 2nd and 12 for Muskego. 36 seconds and ticking left in the first quarter.
Shaw, the lefty, nice little toss to.
Nice play.
Yeah, number 3, Neenah again. A 5'11", 170-pound junior running back.
17-yard gain. You know what I liked about that, Brett Shaw really sells the run there. He actually, he's really low to the ground in that kind of a crouch stance. Then he pops up, rolls a little bit to his left, and able to get that pass out to the flat.
This time, not much there for Jack Lavish, and clock running here. I'm guessing that's going to be the final play of a quarter that didn't start so well for the Rockets, but ended up being dominated by the Rockets here. Up 14-3. And that is indeed the end of the first quarter. So we check out our scoreboard there. 14-3, Rockets with the lead. Again, thank you to Cellcom. For a limited time at Cellcom, every phone is on sale or free for new and existing customers. The choice is yours, so stop in or shop online at cellcom.com. But again, thanks last night to Jerry Kabuski, the Appleton North Athletic Director, for making sure we were all set up, and the IT crew right at in the Appleton Joint School District. We appreciate them. And Ryan McMillan here, the Athletic Director. Again, thank you to Ryan. I'm sure he's quite busy tonight, given the size of this crowd is incredible.
I was impressed. We got here at 5:30. There's people in the stands, like an hour and a half before kickoff. There's people all over the place.
Yeah.
This is one of those towns, Muskego, that community saw last night. They love their football here. They're turning out. Big family, big family occasion as well, but just people in the community.
I tell you, JR, it's something that Ricardo and I have talked about, and I know you'll agree. We've all covered pro-level sports, college-level sports. First of all, there's a little bit different energy, right, on a Friday night when you come and see something like this. But a crowd like this also shows you the importance of high school sports to so many of these communities. We see it all the time in the Fox Valley. These stands are full, so it's great to see the community support.
Neenah didn't do too bad traveling. It's not full over there, but they did their best.
Not bad, yeah. If this was at
a long drive.
If this was at Neenah, their stands would be full, and they have a beautiful new school. Shaw. Oh, just a little high.
Wow.
Yeah, it was there. Number 88, Gabe Palin. 6'3", split end, 202 pounds.
I know Shaw's a sophomore, Brett, but that was good awareness by him. Kind of roll out to his left there, and he had Palin. That's got to be a catch.
Yeah.
And that's something that on film they're going to make sure that he realizes.
Jared, have you seen the new Neenah High School yet? Have you had a chance to get over there?
I haven't. I was just going to ask if they still did the airplane hangar thing. I'm guessing not. Guessing that that's long in the past, but I have not seen the new building.
You should see it. It's impressive. That's just maybe the understatement of the year. Unbelievable facility there. Brand new high school, second year for that high school, and the athletic facilities are fantastic as well. And third down run by Nemick, and decision time for Ken Krause here with fourth down.
Gotta think based on the play call, they're ready to go for it. No doubts about it. Shaw went right back into got the play, went right back into the huddle.
4th and 3 coming up, so a big moment for both sides, right? A chance for the Rockets to hang tough, get Muskego off the field, and build on that 14-3 lead. Muskego trying to cut into that deficit. We'll see the play call here. Shaw waiting for it. Shaw on the run. Remember, he's a lefty. Watch out. And he is brought down. And guess who, Ricardo? Number 15, the senior, Luke Young, coming in the backfield. Kind of blew that play up.
Where are they marking that, Brett?
It's going to be at the 45. Young just busting through from that safety spot, coming in. And Shaw didn't have a whole lot of time to set up and try to make something happen on that fourth down play. There you're seeing that athleticism. Of course, Luke Young, the son of head coach Steve Young. Luke, a key member of that basketball program that's been to state, the last 3 seasons. Heck of an athlete, and you saw it there. Van Evenhoven now. Good tackle, though, by number 44 for Muskego. Brian Wen. Am I saying that right, JR?
Indeed, yeah, he's one of their leaders, Brian Wen.
Senior inside linebacker, 5'11", 200 pounds.
2-yard carry there. This brings up a 2nd and 8 at the Neenah 47, right near midfield.
Talk to the Muskego defensive coordinator Ryan Lucchese. He said Brian Wen's one of the best middle linebackers he's had, maybe in about at least 5 years, maybe more.
Wow.
That's
high praise, big spot.
Nice praise,
big spot on the defense.
Hand off, Dean looking for some space.
Boy.
Oh boy is right. Whoa. If not for number 10, Cole Reed, the senior defensive back, Dean might be celebrating a 3rd touchdown right about now. Good tackle, but a first down run for Dean at the Muskego 40.
Man, I'm just not seeing Muskego slowing this team down, right? They're
looking good, aren't they?
JR, what are your early thoughts on Dean? Obviously a name that you've seen.
Well, I was very curious because, I think the assumption is he's safety in college, but I knew he'd get a lot of carries here. So a little bigger than I thought he would be. Just a really big-bodied guy, very tough to tackle. Yeah, what's not to like? He looks fantastic, at least early.
Alex Bowden, the outside linebacker, doing a good job on Dean there, a 2-yard carry.
Again, Dean led all Division I runners last year in rushing yards.
over 1,700 yards.
Yeah, scored in a myriad of ways, you know, on defense and on special teams.
I think we saw a kickoff return. We think we streamed a game where he returned one, right? Yeah.
Second down and 8 for the Rockets.
Van Evenhoven. 44 again might have tripped up Van Evenhoven when, and you're kind of seeing why, as JR is talking about when, why he's thought of so highly. He's pretty active there defensively for the Warriors. Third down coming up. Have the Rockets attempted a pass yet?
They did. The one incomplete to.
That's right.
Kind of a rough ball. Maybe they decided not to do it again after that, but haven't had to.
Definitely a run-dominant offense, though. There's no question about that. Both teams. So third down, 6 to go. 4 down territory for the Rockets here. Van Evenhoven waiting for the snap. Yeah, he looked like he wanted to throw, and he's going to use that speed. Look at Van Evenhoven's wheels to get around the edge. He's got the first down. I thought he was going to get caught from behind, but he's got some jets to his game as well. Ball will be at the 26-yard line. Chains move, 1st and 10. There's the replay again. You can see from the backside he's getting chased.
That was a scramble. That wasn't a designed run.
Right.
Brett.
He just took off. Ooh, took a good lick there at the end.
Hard-hitting Muskego defense. 1st down and 10 at the 26 for the Rockets. Up 14-3. Brett, they're thinking, hey, we can get another touchdown in here. I don't know if anyone saw that. If being the case,
especially coming here on the road. A lot of ball game left. Van Evenhoven now looking for a block. Ooh, escapes another tackle. Little juke outside and dives for the first down. You think Steve Young's happy to have his senior quarterback back in the backfield? It's a lot of backs.
Did you say he had an ankle injury? The thing that held him out all last year?
And then he came back and hurt his hand, I think, or a wrist or something. Yeah, he wasn't back very long. The good thing is they advanced to the state quarterfinals, and then Ashton Van Beek, who was a freshman, got a lot of experience. So when Van Evenhoven graduates, you got to think Ashton Van Beek will assume command and have a whole lot of experience at that quarterback spot. But no doubt Van Evenhoven just brings a little bit different element and dynamic to this game, especially when he's out there with Dean. And there's a nice run by number 9. That's Dre Hannon, the senior running back who I know Steve Young is very high on as well.
This is a really experienced defensive line that Muskego has, and Neenah's offensive line is just having their way with him. You know, like, when's the last negative play here?
Inside the 10, I think we're going to get a timeout. And the Rockets going to burn a timeout here on 2nd down and 3. Yeah, Hannon again, he played JV last year, but he was a transfer from Winneconne.
So did we decide, are we going into that fitness center afterwards? We're going to play some football?
Throw it around a little bit.
Well, you know Ryan McMillan a lot better than us. Could he get you in?
I think so.
We could hang out a little bit, check it out. Give us an opportunity to let the traffic clear out here a little bit.
You know, one of the things I know that they can do now is lift together. They have, as we've mentioned, a big football team, and it was always a thing you had. You know, they had a pretty big weight room before too, but you could only really have half the team in there at a time, and then half the team would do film or whatever. And now, with that facility, not only do they have space for a lot of other things, but they can kind of just all be there at the same time, same program, same people leading the way, and sort of builds that team chemistry a little bit, even in other ways that you might not even think about.
As I recall, from Zach Bellman in the article, I think he said, they can all squat together. They're not waiting for the squat rack and taking turns.
Yeah.
You know, think about Neenah, their state-of-the-art weight room. Kimberly's got 2 big weight rooms, one in the school and then one in their indoor facility. So it's amazing. The facilities boom, as I say.
It has been real for quite some time.
Oh, my. Van Evenhoven looking for some space near the goal line. That's going to be 1st and goal. I think they're going to mark him at the 1. You said it, JR. This offense is humming right now, and no negative plays. 4 chances to gain a yard, get into the end zone, take a 20 or 21-3 lead. Quickly to the line are the Rockets. Van Evenhoven under center. He's just going to try to sneak it in, and there's a flag, and that's going to back up the Rockets, I think. 5 yards. Let's see what the call is.
I don't think the line was completely set before
Were they going to try to do a tush push?
Oh, it's offsides on Muskego.
Okay.
So you move the ball a few inches and try it again.
Yeah, there's nothing lost there from Muskego. That's one of those plays you don't mind.
And quickly back to the line. Geez, I wonder what they're going to try here, guys. Rockets pushing their way in. Van Evenhoven, is he in? I think so, and he is. A touchdown for the Rockets again. This time, Evan Van Evenhoven from 1 yard out.
Their offense, there's no other word, clicking, Brett.
You need to tally up the rushing yards so far for the Rockets. Got to be well into the 100s, I'd say, right? Probably closing in on 200. You got that 62-yard touchdown run alone from Grant Dean. Clunt out for the PAT, looking to make it 21-3. Snaps good, holds good. Kick is through, and with 6:05 remaining in the first half, Rockets now up 21-3. 3 straight touchdowns after the opening. The fumble on the opening play by Grant Dean led to the Muskego field goal, and then has been all Neenah since then.
This is, I'm sure, my Milwaukee bias talking. I did not expect this. I mean, I know that Neenah's a good program. They obviously have a kid going to Wisconsin. I just, I'm pretty familiar with the Muskego machine, and I just haven't seen them get pushed around ever. So really kind of thought Muskego would be the team to beat in this one, and that has not been the case through most of the first half here.
Well, we'll see how this still goes, but we were anticipating, like we saw last night, a real close game between 2 strong programs from these power conferences. But yeah, did not see this either. 21-3. We'll talk about it in the second half if this continues, but boy, what a... Not that, Ricardo, the Rockets need confidence, but if you come down here to Muskego and kind of push these guys around a little bit, that really sets the tone for the season, doesn't it? And really gets the attention of the rest of the FEA.
Rest of the state.
Rest of the state's
going to know what happened here.
Yeah. But a long way to go. Boy, again, a nice return by Neenah. Solid field position for the Warriors to try to kind of turn the momentum here. All Neenah right now in this first half.
5:58 to go in the first half. Plenty of time to sustain a drive. It can be slow and steady, but they got to do something. They got to sustain something because they really, I mean, even those 3 points came off of a super short field. They have not done that tonight.
Yeah, Neenah looking very well prepared going against this wing T offense that Muskego so known for. Shaw, he's going to keep it. Watch out, pressure in his face, but nice job delivering. And here we go, Neenah near sideline. Nice play. There you go, JR. Maybe the shot in the arm that the Warriors did. Nice job by Joey Shaw there. That pressure was coming in his face. He stood firm and delivered a nice ball to Neenah.
Definitely a good way to get started. This team in the past, when they have tripped up, it's been because they haven't been able to hit explosive plays too. Usually all that misdirection, you're going to get a couple of those a game where somebody just is totally untouched, breaks free. That's not what we saw there necessarily, but that's definitely something that might grease the gears a little bit.
26-yard pass play on that one as well.
Hand off. Neenah again. Spins his way for 3 or 4 yards, maybe 5. You know, here's a question. You're down 21-3, and you run wing T that was obviously run oriented. You're going to have to get that pass game going a little bit, right? And how comfortable are Muskego, or is Muskego, to do that consistently? I guess we're going to find out.
Especially with a sophomore quarterback. I mean, I know he's had success, but that's a tough start to find yourself down needing to put the ball in the air.
Second down, 6 yards on that run. So Muskego doing a good job here trying to answer these 3 straight touchdowns by the Rockets. Shaw looking, and just nothing there. Good job. Whoa! They're going to say grounding?
I don't think so.
No, just going to say incomplete pass, or was he down? But nothing doing in that downfield. Good job by the Rockets on the back end of that defense. And then again, that push by the defensive line, the defensive front.
It's Henry St. Clair who had him by the feet for Neenah?
I think they're going to say he was down, so they're moving it back, aren't they, to the 38-yard line?
No, that's...
No, yeah, it's behind
they
the
are.
sticks, yeah.
Third and
So
11,
it's actually 3rd and 11. So credit the Rockets with a sack on that play. Shaw now looking at a 3rd and long way to go. Let's see what he does. Hand off to Neenah. Boy, I tell you what, there's Luke Young with the tackle. The Rockets doing a good job just staying disciplined, right?
Yes.
Playing where they're supposed to play and not getting fooled by any of this.
Brett, I noticed that exact what you were saying, Brett, and that comes with good practice,
but
good
that
coaching.
That goes with what I was saying before. Neenah's had a lot of time to get prepared for this game.
That's a good point. Most teams have a week to prepare for Muskego.
You know that they've been.
You saw that. That was one of the things in that Kimberly game too, in that championship game. That's tough to prepare. I remember talking to Steve Jones at that time. We don't run anything we don't go against any team like that.
But you know they've been watching film probably all summer, right? Kind of adding some of these elements and how to practice against this in contact days, and then of course in camp as well.
When Fondy, was it Fondy who beat Kimberly to end their long streak? Was that a week 1 game as well?
Yes. Yep. Right, and then Kimberly went on to win, I believe, 12 straight after that.
Yeah.
So what could that streak have been, right?
And I think they beat Fond du Lac in the playoffs.
Was that the 2-point conversion to get to Camp Randall? They hit a 2-point conversion in overtime at Titan Stadium at Oshkosh. And then that led to the game against Muskego in the state championship.
Got to see Micah Nabok again last night, right?
Yeah. Yep, that's right. He's done a nice job at Muskego. He's done a nice job everywhere. He did a great job at Fond du Lac, and then was defensive coordinator at Arrowhead, I think, before that even.
Delay of game penalty moves them back 5 yards. A little more room for the punter.
Yeah, looking into who is back. Guess who?
Ooh, he's not going to return that one.
No.
Oh.
And they tried to pin the Rockets inside the 10, inside the 5, but skips into the end zone. So 1st and 10 at the 20 with plenty of time, 3:28, and boy, and an opportunity maybe to close out this half if the Rockets can get another score.
What is your call, Brett, when the dagger is scored?
We don't have the dagger
stay
call.
Away from the dagger.
I think that that's Wayne Larrabee's thing.
Mm-hmm. I think I've seen enough Muskego to be tentative around that if they were to make this 28-3. But I would feel
that's a lot to come back, right? That's a lot to come back from. But who knows? All it takes is, like you said, Jared, just one big explosive play, and all of a sudden momentum could shift. But the thing of it is, the defense needs to come up with a stop or a turnover like we saw in the opening play of the game. So Grant Dean with a couple yards, 3 yards we'll call it here, as the clock continuing to run almost at the 3-minute mark here in the second quarter. Been fun hanging out with Jr Radcliffe, fun hanging out at Muskego. I like these little road trips. Kind of like we did in the state semifinals last year. We got to see the beautiful stadium at Sun Prairie for the first time.
Very good.
Gorgeous facility as well. Fun to travel around, see what everybody else has got. And good job there, number 90 for the Warriors.
That's Nick McCullough, isn't
Nick
it?
McCullough, was he the Hartford recruit?
That's the Harvard recruit. Yes, it is.
Well, I'm going to say he's a lot smarter than me.
That ain't hard to do.
Yeah, that's not saying much, is it?
No.
That's impressive going to the Ivy League.
He's the first junior captain last year that they had under Ken Krause.
Oh, really?
So he's a guy they've valued for a long time. He's one of the best guys on this team, and they speak so highly of him. Character through the roof. Obviously very good at what he does on the defensive line. Big part of why that line is so experienced, so strong.
Going to Harvard, there's that Kimberly kid who went to Yale. What was his name?
Yeah, that.
Their top defensive player. I can't remember offhand.
Oh, was that McGivern?
Yeah, Sam McGivern.
But you look at McCullough, the Harvard recruit, 6'3", 255-pound senior defensive lineman on the leadership council for Ken Krause's Warriors. But a good job by Muskego for the first time really tonight. Other than the forcing the fumble, they've able to get off the field 3 and out, and should get some pretty good field position here with a minute 52 to play.
Man, did they need that? Needed that real bad. Just to finally meet them at the line and make them work for any yard they got. 4 yards in 3 plays. Now I don't know if they haven't shown that they've got that they're going to be able to cash this in 152. It's going to take a big play, but a whole different ballgame if it's 21-10 at halftime.
I have Grant Dean unofficially now, 9 carries, 110 yards.
Okay.
Oh boy.
That's a good average. Highlighted or buoyed by that 62-yard sprint to the end zone. Well, let's see where the Warriors, you have Neenah, and is that number 12? We called him Schroeder, Devin Schroeder. Good punt. Looks like it's going to be Neenah.
Ooh.
Getting some space. There's going to be a flag, so that's coming back.
Yeah, he's a quick kid.
He is. Got some wiggle to his run. Tough to bring him down along with that speed. But looks like where that flag is, about the 48-yard line. We're going to push the Warriors back here with 1:41 to play. Is that block in the back?
I think it was Schroeder who threw that first block, which was legal, and helped spring his guy loose. Man, they needed those yards. They needed that. They needed to be across midfield.
Yeah, look at where they were in Neenah territory now at the Muskego 42. That's where the Warriors will set up. A minute 41 remaining in this first half.
Jackson again.
Shaw, he's going to drop back. He's got time.
There it is.
He's looking downfield, and he almost.
He also had a receiver on the right side too, wide open.
Looked like Luke Young was there in coverage, the big safety for the Rockets, but 84, Ben Cryle, the intended target, a junior tight end, 5'11", 185 pounds. It was there, but pretty good coverage there. Luke Young barreling fast to kind of knock that away at the end. Shaw showing a pretty good arm, guys.
I like him. I'll tell you this much. I didn't expect Muskego to throw this much.
Well, when you're down 21 to 3, gonna alter that game plan here a little bit. Oof. It's that lavish, but number 62 for the Rockets. Wrapping up pretty good. Let's see if I can get a name on that. That's Braden Milbrough. 6'2" junior defensive lineman, 225 pounds. So here you go again, 3rd down, clock running, 10 to go. Shaw on the watch out. Ooh, nice stiff arm though. Wow. I thought he was done. Ooh. Muskego fans in front of us, they want a flag there on the sideline here, and that near sideline doesn't look like anything coming out. But how about Shaw? I thought he was going to be dropped for a big loss, but that stiff arm at least gave him some room to nearly come up with that first third down throw. 48 seconds to go. And here's the danger with Grant Dean back to receive. No, check that. That's Zane. No, well, they're both back there. Dean and Schmidt.
Oh, fake? No.
No.
Schmidt has it. Let's see what the timeout situation. Do the Rockets have 2, I want to say? Yeah, 2 timeouts remaining for Neenah with 37 seconds to go. Well, we might see Van Evenhoven try to air one out, Ricardo.
And we've seen him make some big plays through the air. Again, you also want to
be careful, right?
Yeah, I mean, not to be cautious, but, you know, you got to be aware of the situation. First down and 10 at the 37 for, I'm sorry, the 33 for Neenah.
There goes Van Evenhoven looking for some space, gets out of bounds. That's the thing, though. You think, yeah, maybe they're just going to kind of run out the clock, but when you got home run threats, all it takes is a missed tackle, a good block, and Dean's off to the races again. Ball at the 37-yard line, second down.
Nothing there off the right side.
Yeah, that was Hannon again, the senior. And looks like Steve Young, guys, no desire to use any of those timeouts. I think he's going to be very happy taking a 21-3 lead into the break.
Yeah, that's going to be it.
That is indeed it. Halftime has arrived, and look at this score, folks. 21-3. The Rockets coming on the road, making that 2-hour trip from the Fox Valley down to the southeast part of the state here in Muskego, Wisconsin. And a pair of touchdowns by Grant Dean, another by Evan Van Evenhoven. 21-3, the Rockets lead as we head into the break. Well, let's get some thoughts here. Well, I'll tell you what. I want to kind of see what the Muskego video production does here at halftime. Are we supposed to just kind of be quiet? Maybe the viewers would appreciate that.
We got dance routines. Got several groups of dance, palms and dance out there.
I hope the guys don't mind if I turn on the lights here pretty quick too. It's getting a little dark in here, but I don't want to overstep my bounds either. Tell you what, again, thank you to our sponsors, Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. For a limited time at Cellcom, every phone is on sale or free for new and existing customers. The choice is yours, so stop in or shop online at Cellcom.com. Also, Cellcom is your local wireless carrier who keeps you connected to what matters most. With a homegrown 5G network and extraordinary customer care, they are more than a wireless carrier. They are technology with a heartbeat. Visit Cellcom.com to learn more. In Cooney's, they have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Visit them online at Cooney'sEmbroideryandSportswear.com.
So it's only been a half, but Neenah might make some noise in that FVA, huh? People have got to be worried.
Ricardo, what do you think?
Well, they're seen as, well, both them and Kimberly are seen as the top team.
Sure.
But Kaukauna right there, I thought Appleton North, talent-wise, is always right there as well. To me, those are the 4 teams, along with Fond du Lac, that will have a say in how the FVA will turn out in terms of championship-wise. I cannot understate. This is a bit of a surprise, and only because Neenah, with the offensive line, there's some new faces there.
Yeah.
But the backfield we knew was was going to come back, and they had two very good players, and then obviously Van Beek moving out to receiver. They were going to be set at the critical skill positions, right, Brett? Neenah there was no question on that. It was just the offensive line gelling together. And they've looked really good so far.
Well, again, if this kind of holds true, what a statement. But there's still a lot of ball to be played. And Muskego certainly has the pedigree, the championship mentality, the mindset, the culture to get back into this one. In fact, I have a couple quotes here from Ken Krause that our guy, Zach Bellman, reported on. You guys did a nice job, JR, about kind of looking at the top 10 teams, the JS top 10 high school teams going in.
For sure, yeah.
Can't remember if Muskego was 6th or 5th, maybe, or
sixth. Yeah,
6th.
6th in the Milwaukee area. So
boy, that's saying something.
I mean, we have a big area. We got a lot of really good
It's a big
teams.
area, but a lot of depth, a lot of talent. But he said that, according to Ken Krause on the culture here at Muskego, quote, it's probably our strength is our culture. The seniors have done a good job of letting the sophomores understand what the standards are, and there have been a lot of times where it's been player-led at practice, which is really what our goal is. I've been really excited about that. I've been able to just coach and not have to worry about discipline stuff. The kids have been taking care of that. It's been a good start. So far, we've gotten better every practice. You can tell the kids want to be coached, and that's one of the fun things about being at Muskego, end quote. So having said that, if it's a player-led program, I'm guessing not only are the coaches doing some talking in the locker room, but some of these leaders like Liam Shaw, Nick McCullough, those guys are probably voicing a little bit of their displeasure in the locker room at halftime as well.
And well, Ryan Lucchese told me, he repeated the word hungry a few times. He's their, Ryan Lucchese, again, their defensive coordinator, which, is, I mean, they're a team that wins, they lose at most 2 games a year for the last 8 to 10 years. Like, they're one of the best programs in the state. So to be hungry is kind of hungry for what? You guys have all this success, but the truth is this generation of players hasn't won the state title the way that they did in 18, 19, and I guess 20, depending on how you look at it.
Right.
So they've had these mistakes. They've had games at level 3 where they, back-to-back years actually, they've given up defensive touchdowns, 2 of them in back-to-back games, 4 defensive touchdowns, 2 in each game. And that has led to, ultimately to their demise. They ran into a really good McGuanago team a couple times. Ricardo, at the very outset of the broadcast, mentioned that 8-7 game against Kettle Moraine last year in the regular season, sort of a crazy 1-point loss. And Franklin has been a thorn in their side. Like I said, they always run into Franklin. It's legitimately like 6 times since 2015 they've faced Franklin in the playoffs. That's a passing team that's unlike any other team that you're going to see on your schedule. And I asked them, how do you prepare for that team a little bit over the course of the year? Because you're going to see that team in the postseason unless something happens. And it's hard to do that on a week-to-week basis. They can't do it in the week leading up to a game, especially when you've got teams like Neenah on the calendar. But, they try and sprinkle it in at the beginning, maybe a little bit over the course of the season. But that's a tall order, and it's just been a couple mistakes. Like, they could easily have gone back to state one of the last 3 years. They're at that level. I got to be honest, though, it's a tough first half for them. What we saw, they got the turnover and they didn't convert it, and then Neenah took it from there. I mean, and it's Neenah who's been taking control of this game.
Yeah, I have some stats here, Brett, if I can just, and again, these are unofficial. You got me, old man, out here trying to make sense of all these numbers, but for Neenah, we have Grant Dean, 9 carries, 110 yards. Obviously the touchdowns. And then with Van Evenhoven, 10 carries, 66 yards. Nice first half for him. I'm looking at Muskego, number 18, Jack Labash. Did I say that right?
Labish.
7 carries, 13 yards. But other than the passing game, where they've gotten some chunk yards, the run game has been a little bit of a struggle for Muskego. And as JR was alluded to, that's their bread and butter, the run game.
Credit to Neenah, right?
Yeah.
Well prepared, ready. They're not getting fooled on any of the deception, kind of the ball fakes that wing tee can do to teams. And I keep harping on it, but I just think having a long time to prepare for this versus a 1-week turnaround seems to be working right now in the Rockets' favor.
How do you train for that deception, though? Like, how do you
I don't know.
Scout team for something like that?
Might be a question, Ricardo, for Steve Young after the game, seeing how this one ends up. How long did you prepare for this?
Yeah.
How long have you had to prepare for this? Hey, before we get going, guys, I want to say Hank DeWild, our friend, he wants to know if Steve Jorgensen is still on the Neenah coaching staff. I'm sure he's doing his best to hide from the press as he does that, but no, Hank, Steve Jorgensen is not on the Neenah coaching staff. At least he's not listed on the program here. I believe from what, you know that, Ricardo, from working with the Elite 11s, right? I know one of the Bayport
Yes,
kids.
we had Alex Warden, one of their outstanding tackles on the Elite 11 from Bayport. According to him, Jorgie is on their coaching staff now, helping out his son, Steven Jorgensen.
Steven now the head coach at Bayport, taking over for Gary Westerman. It makes sense. It's too bad. I think that's a big blow for Neenah, obviously, because obviously you look at, he's a Hall of Fame coach, right? All of the state championships. He won one at Oshkosh North. He won a couple at Kimberly, was the kind of the guy who built that Kimberly program. Then Steve Jones took it to another level, and then you see Chad Michaelwitz. He's got a state championship under his belt as well. But how do you turn down your son, right? I mean, your son's coming, you're saying, Dad, can you help me out again? Steven and Steve coached together at Fond du Lac. Now they're coaching together, and I think it makes complete sense. And good for the Jorgensens to see if they can build up another program, although not that Bayport needs a whole lot of building up, but you never know. They could take that to a championship level as well down the line.
Absolutely.
Ken Krause at Muskego here, probably one of the more, I don't want to say celebrity coaches, but he's one of the more known commodities in Milwaukee coaching. He's got 4 kids that have come through this program, and the last 2 of them graduated. The twins, Aiden and Ashton, they were on this team last year. They were among that running back, like a good Muskego team. You'll see 3 running backs with like 80 to 90 yards each. It was always those guys that were among them, and they're at Winona State now. So, I guess it could have been an end point, but absolutely not. He's still here and works in the building, football guy. I mean, hard to pull away when you've had that much success and have been around this program as long as he has. So he is back for more, and we will see where that carries him.
Loves it too much, right? I mean, when you're a football lifer, especially, there's just something about those high school coaches, right? They just want to stick around. And look at Bob Highland at Fond du Lac, St. Mary Springs. That guy was
forever.
That guy
500 plus wins.
Yeah, I mean, he was there when I was I think a knee high to a grasshopper. He started with the Ledgers.
He's been there so long. Our friend Dan Cohn, who's in his late 50s or maybe even early 60s, I can't remember. He was there when Highland was coaching. So
it's been a long time.
I think he wanted to join football. And he told him, "Why don't you join cross country?"
Here's the thing. When I was researching the book I did on Mickey Crow, I found an old article from the mid 70s, and there was Bob Highland's picture in the newspaper in like 1974 talking about Springs football. I'm like, wow, you kidding me? This guy was coaching that far back. State's winning as coach.
Yeah. You're talking about Coach Krause there in Muskego. I remember talking on the phone with him, Brett. I did a story. I don't know if you remember that, JR, the mythical matchup between, it was during the COVID year. They didn't have an official championship. Muskego, fantastic team that year, led by Hunter Wohler. Fond du Lac, we all know, led by Braylon Allen, now running back for the New York Jets, and had a nice career there with the Badgers.
Kyle Waljasper
Kyle Waljasper was a great quarterback for the Fond du Lac Cardinals, and they were kind of the powerhouses. Like, what would have happened in a maybe mythical matchup? We were kind of robbed of that season. That always sticks with me a little bit because, to me, Braylon Allen was the best football player I've seen ever. When you're ripping up Kimberly for 70 points, that never happened. And I think he was, remember that game? I think he was averaging 18, 19 yards a carry against that Kimberly defense, which was one of the best defenses coming into that game.
Both Allen and Waljasper just carved up the Papermakers that day, and the Papermakers scored 40 points.
Yeah.
They were kind of carving up the Cardinals. Boy, that would have been a heck of a battle. I thought I read something, because Wohler with the Badgers, of course, Braylon Allen with the Badgers, that when they got there to Wisconsin together, they're both, Wohler was, of course, saying no, Muskego would have won that one without a doubt, and Braylon Allen was like, no, that would have been Fond du Lac's championship. So, I don't know, it could have been a coin flip game.
It's fun to think about.
You got two guys at the high school level back then. Of course, Braylon Allen in the NFL, Hunter Wohler going to be in the NFL, so that would have been pretty unique as well. You don't see that at the state level too much where guys go on to the NFL.
Braylon Allen has had some pop moments for the Jets. If you've seen the highlights, it looks like he might be actually in the rotation. He might figure in there possibly, so that's good to see.
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to remember right. I believe Braylon had said that him and Hunter were going to be roommates right away in that first year for them on the Badgers. So the connection's really, really nice between those two outstanding players.
Were you surprised that he ended up on offense when he got to Wisconsin?
Yes, because all throughout high school he was a defender. He was an outstanding cornerback as a sophomore. Remember that, Brett? Maybe even a freshman. He really, his lifting exploits are well known. Went to linebacker, then kind of played a hybrid position like linebacker, defensive end.
Yeah.
And
chaos maker.
And when I talked to him, I remember I talked to him before, right around the Badger. I said, "Are you being looked at running?" I think I'm going to try to get running back as part of the thing, because I don't know if there was a numbers game at linebacker or whatever they have there at Wisconsin. And we all know what happened. He's a relatively inexperienced running back, and I say that not in a negative sense in terms of he doesn't have a lot of carries under his belt. Even at Fond du Lac, he didn't have that many carries.
He's also young for his class, if you want to say it.
Oh, that's the running meme, how young he is. He was the youngest player in this draft. Youngest player drafted this year.
Hank DeWild said, hey, don't forget Allen led Fondy with 18 tackles that night, too.
Oh, yeah.
What a beast.
Yeah.
Wild story, too. At Wisconsin, he was, fourth string running back at some point. I don't quite remember if I had that right, but it took so many injuries to even get that guy on the field, and then once he did, they couldn't go back, and it wasn't clear when he came to campus, which side of the ball he was going to be on, and he ends up, I mean, he's in the NFL, so it worked out. I think a lot of people would still say running back has such a short shelf life in the NFL. Why would you want to be a running back? But it's what he wanted to do.
They get the bucks.
Well,
they get some bucks, right?
They do get some money. Yeah, they do get some money, and he
would been a nice safety.
Well,
anything.
That's not a question for Wohler. Wohler is a legit NFL,
he's a heck of an athlete.
Draft prospect, and I think he's going to have a great career. He's a great player. I remember watching the Muskego games. He stood out, at that state final. I mean, wow, this kid's the best player on the field as a junior.
He stood out with the Badgers as a freshman. I mean, you could just see it. Heck of a player. He's fun to watch. Rosie had a good point, though, about Braylon Allen. He could go sideline to sideline.
Yeah.
And you think you got something, and he just had that speed just to bring you down. And yeah, that was quite a treat for state fans to check him out. And good for the Badger fans and to check out Wohler for one more college football season before he's doing his thing. He looked good in green and gold, guys, huh? Right, Ricardo? I know you love the Packers. He's a big Bear fan.
Big Hard Knock season for Ricardo.
It's kind of a boring Hard Knocks. Actually.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's pretty boring. I mean, for me, it is. Even if there was nothing going on salaciously, but I know all the inside stories of the Bears already, so it's not really anything new for me.
Yeah.
But didn't allow any colorful language, I guess, because some of the Bears, owners didn't want that to be the case. Which makes it kind of ho-hum.
It's been really light on the bleeps this year. I didn't notice
there's been very few, because I think Virginia McCaskey didn't want that to be a thing. So what Virginia wants, Virginia gets.
Mission accomplished there. I hadn't thought about that until just now, but now that it does dawn on me, it usually is a question of access. It's going to be boring if the team just isn't a willing participant. It doesn't sound like the Bears were necessarily crazy about this. So
Packers would be the same way.
I was going to say, and
boring.
every team eventually is going to have to do it. And you don't think the Packers are going to? They have editorial content. They overlook, license over it.
What they have in Green Bay is the city of Green Bay. They can go to the dude who paints the fence. They can go to the kids with the bikes. There's so many different storylines outside the team. But
I'm shocked they haven't done it already, to be honest.
Well, they haven't qualified by their own
you're right.
precepts.
You're right.
They have not. You got to have back-to-back years out of the playoffs and can't have a coaching change. The Packers have just never qualified for that. I think Matt LaFleur is a great coach. Pretty decent interview, I guess, but that guy ain't gonna sing on Hard Knocks. No. He's gonna be real boring.
You might see him clipping his eyebrows, though.
Ooh, you could see that.
Hey, as long as I'm thinking about it, and they've added a couple more minutes to halftime, I just want to plug our next our Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week live stream. We're back at it Thursday night. We have another great non-conference matchup. A 7th-ranked Kimberly travels to 9th-ranked Bayport. We're going to see the Jorgensens. That's a matchup between the FVA and the FRCC. Live coverage from Swamico kicks off at 6:45 p.m. You can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin website. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. So that should be a fun one. Also, we have the Clubhouse Live starting on Labor Day night. That's our weekly Packers show. It takes place at Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute. The Fox Club specifically, that's the home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, the Midwest League High Class A affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers. And this will be our second season at the Fox Club. Show starts at 6:30. It's free. Doors or gates, I should say, open at 5 o'clock, and we will have Packers players on again. This is our 16th season, JR.
Dang.
We're going to mark our 350th show at some point this season as well. You should come on up and check it out.
Let's go. I love it. I love going to Timber Rattlers games at Fox City Stadium. I love thinking Packers, talking Packers. Let's go. What you got any guests lined up yet? Or is
We
that all
do,
hush-hush?
but it's a little hush-hush. But we have a Pro Football Hall of Famer is going to help kick things off for us on our Labor Day night show.
Is it Bronco Nagurski?
No, it's not Bronco Nagurski, but he is a Packers legend and a Super Bowl champion, I will say that.
All right.
And then we have some great current guys coming up as well, already lined up. So we'll announce that here shortly, but if you can't make it, right, and we give away great prizes, Packers tickets. It's a very intimate setting where you can really kind of get to know these guys. They're very accommodating to fans. And we also have our high school team of the week that we invite as well. So if you can't make it, though, it's on any of our websites, Facebook pages. Give Clubhouse Live a like on Facebook.
I'm going to do that right now.
And also our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel. So a lot of different ways to watch. It's called Clubhouse Live. It's free. Sometimes you can get some autographs, pictures, but a lot of great gear, Packers gear. And as I said, we have given away some Packers tickets as well. So check it out. I co-host it. Ricardo is also a co-host. Rosie here is part of the production crew. So looking forward to that. That's Labor Day night. Ricardo, you have the Elite 11 coming out already today.
It came out today, this morning. By the way, JR, you have an open invitation to stop by anytime at the Packers show.
Let's go.
Feel free.
I'll be there.
But just released this morning, the Elite 11 Senior Football Team Digital Showcase. Jim Rosandick helped put it together. Dan Powers, Bill Glasheen helped take the photos. Mike Sherry helped edit the little bios that I put together. And for those of you in the Neenah area, you're already familiar with the Elite 11. Grant Dean is one of the members of the Elite 11, and we've had many Rockets in the past be a member of that team. That's, again, really, go to postcrescent.com or greenbaypressgazette.com, and it's free, so go ahead, check it out. Check out the video that Rosie put together of our top 11 senior football players. Again, the Elite 11, and I might add, coming soon, am I right, Rosie, the terrific 10 girls volleyball team. Again, that's the top senior girls players in the Fox Valley. And let me tell you, there's great volleyball down here, Brett, and football. So they all know about great volleyball. We have great volleyball in the Fox Valley, and that's our special digital showcase of the top senior girls volleyball players. So look for that. And Brett, what about the Varsity Roundtable every Wednesday? Starts up again in September. That's our online high school sports talk show, the only online high school sports talk show, JR, in the state. I looked. No one else is doing it.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Shots fired. You're right.
Please check that out every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. We feature some of the top teams across all sports. Kind of a talk show format. Got the couch. I'm sitting there talking to the players. They love it. It's a destination point for a lot of the athletes and the teams. So please check that out every Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Coming again Wednesday, the first Wednesday of September. Varsity Roundtable.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to the second half. We are underway. And it looks like that's going to be, is that Neenah far sideline going? Oh, he's got a rail. Watch out. Boy, he has got some speed.
He's quick.
Yeah, he is.
That is how you get back into this game. Big special teams play right out of the gates. That guy's been the star of the game for Muskego so far.
No doubt about it.
I'm looking on this replay, by the way. Man, he's got quicks.
Yeah.
I mean, like 0 to 60, and it doesn't take long.
And he's just a junior.
Just a junior, so he'll be back for Ken Krause and the Warriors. But great field position, 45-yard line to start for Muskego. Joey Shaw waiting for the snap. Lavish with it. Good push by that offensive line. Good 5-yard pickup for the Warriors here. First offensive play of the second half. 21-3, Neenah with the lead. Again, thanks to our sponsors, Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Cellcom. For a limited time at Cellcom, every phone is on sale for free for new and existing customers. The choice is yours, so stop in or shop online at cellcom.com.
Unofficially, 8 carries, 18 yards.
It's just a pretty rare stat line for a Muskego running back.
Yeah.
Lavish has it. Plowing his way forward. It's going to be shy 1 yard to go. 3rd and 1 coming up.
Only 2 carries so far, but I am waiting for one of these snaps where I do know where the ball is, because I have followed Neenah down the left sideline twice now, once with my binoculars, where I was sure he had the ball. He does a lot of moves after, you know, like into the defensive backfield. He's still shifting around. It's like, he's got the ball, right?
Yeah, I know. It's tough. So far, I was actually pretty good on those 2 runs, though. My eyes haven't deceived me yet. This time, Lavish has it again. First down and more. And you like a little bit more of the urgency maybe starting the second half with a great return by Neenah, and now that offensive line getting to work here as well inside the 40 to the 38. So good job by the Warriors. First down, moving the chains here and on the move, trying to cut into that deficit.
Lavish is a guy Muskego coaches feels he gets better with the hits he takes. You know, every hit's like,
that's a bruiser.
Yep, he's a true fullback in this system, and we're seeing it here. Second half might be his time.
This time it's quick handoff to Lavish. Rockets all over that one, but still about, what, 3 yards?
Yeah, 3 yards, so 2nd 7 from the 35. Nice little drive put together here by Muskego. Again, down 21-3.
Muskego picked to win the Classic 8 by WithSports.net. Muskego is next, then Arrowhead, Kettle Moraine, Oconomowoc, and on and on.
New entrant Pewaukee at the bottom there. That's an incredible program to be picked last. Just shows you what the Classic 8 is made of.
Oh, Lavish, watch out. Looking for some room. Nice tackle, though, but boy, the Warriors coming out looking good. And moving the chains again.
Feels like this is it's lavish over and over, and then maybe one of these plays you do give it to Neenah and see if he can hit that edge. Everybody, they're going to be sagging closer and closer to the middle.
Trying to set something up maybe, right?
Now Lavish up to 12 carries, 44 yards. Many of it on this drive.
That's what we're doing. 300, 700, right? So yeah, they're split into 700.
Oh, nice little fake there by Neenah now. He's got the speed. He's in.
Boy, oh boy.
Is that 14 yards? All right, check that 24 yards for Neenah, and what a start for the Warriors here in this third quarter.
And you saw the guard pull. You saw, I don't know, JR, if you saw that play develop. You saw that, to me, that was classic wing T, following the guard right up that rail. And again, showing the speed there as well. 24-yard touchdown. Muskego really needed this shot in the arm, Brett, right away to start the third quarter.
No doubt. What a drive. And again, set up by that nice return by Neenah, but really impressed again with the urgency, really coming out with a focus and intensity and right down the field. Muskego back into this one.
I don't want to say I told you so, but I absolutely did.
Say it.
You did.
Say it.
The guard's quickness too. Like I thought he was getting taken down in the backfield, but guy got out in front and made it happen.
Ooh, nice job by the holder. That was blocked. Ooh. Yeah, you can't return that, but it was a high snap and kick no good. That's big.
It's going to go for naught, but what an athletic play there by Brock Hain to just pick that ball out of the air.
Yeah.
And here we're watching this replay of a nice pulling guard, and Neenah just able to kick that right up the rail. Very nice play design. And good run.
Well, good start here in the second half by the Warriors. Let's see now how the Rockets respond.
And they can't take the foot off the pedal here, Brett.
No, not even close.
Plenty of time for Muskego. I mean, this is by no means a time for you to rest on your laurels, because this is a Muskego team that's as talented as anybody in the state. And I'm sure they got a little talking to at halftime.
What a big opportunity for this Warriors defense, right? Boy,
Yes.
if you could get off the field 3 and out like they did the last Neenah drive, and all of a sudden now things are starting to turn, and you got an offense that's feeling pretty good about itself after that touchdown march to open the second half.
And remember that Muskego defense found its footing at the end of the first half. They had a couple really nice sequences in a row, so it's not like they don't have recent experience shutting this team down. They can get back into this awful quick.
Kick will sail into the end zone, so ball will be spotted at the 20. First and 10 coming up. You can see a little bit of a kind of a feistiness there for the Warriors, right? The little pep in their step, a little bit more juice on the sideline.
More cowbell in the crowd.
Yeah.
We hear that at Kimberly all the time. That's a big deal.
That's a Friday night sound effect. It's a staple.
Well, let's see again how the Rockets answer. Going to be a heavy dose of Evan Van Evenhoven, Grant Dean, Zane Schmidt. Dean in motion here. He'll take the hand. No, yeah, he does have it. I got fooled there, but good pursuit by the Warriors.
Yeah, they weren't fooled out by that at all.
And a loss of a yard for Dean and the Rockets. 2nd and 11 coming up.
This is just a different defense than we saw for most of the first half. The last couple drives of the first half, first play here, they're not searching for whatever they were searching for anymore.
Well, 2nd and long for Neenah. And Brett, we haven't had to see Van Evenhoven throw the ball too much. Remember, we're talking about Ashton Van Beek, very talented athlete, now playing receiver after playing quarterback last season. So we'll see if they go to that well.
Oh boy.
Maybe they don't have to.
By Dean. Wow. Kind of a little bit of a jump cut there, and it looked like you have him, and then he's just so quick. Speed, athleticism, all on display, and vision as well for Grant Dean. Nice first down run for the Badgers recruits.
Again, he's going to the Badgers, we're thinking as a defensive back.
Look at that move right there.
He was one of the, what do you call it, recruits that were highlighted by prep guru, reporting guru Tom Lemming. Dean was on one of his players to watch.
I believe it's only 3 players in his class from the state of Wisconsin committed to Wisconsin.
Is that right?
I believe it's only 3.
Downfield to Dean. Oh, good defensive play, yeah. I thought it was there. How about number 15 for Muskego? Jake Cardelis, the junior defensive back. There's the replay, stride for stride, hanging out with Dean. That ball was right there.
That was, when you're a defensive back and you're put on that island, for him to make that play, a phenomenal awareness.
That's good coaching because they were prepared for that, right? I mean, think of all the running plays, and it takes till the third quarter to try to set up a big home run throw. The ball was there, but Muskego not fooled at all.
Cardelis looking like a young Hunter.
Oh,
there we go.
I said it.
Is Hunter watching tonight? Oh, watch out. Somehow Dean comes up with it, stiff arm, and makes something out of nothing. I think that was supposed to go to Van Evenhoven, but a little mix-up, and Dean ends up really
7 yards
taking the snap there.
We'll see on the instant replay here, Brett, but yeah, picked up on nearly 7 yards, 3rd down, and maybe a long 3 as Dean comes off the field.
Looks like he's all right. So big 3rd down and 3.
It's coming this way. It's coming this way. It's coming to 15. It's coming to 15.
Little plunge and nothing there. Good job by the Warriors bottling up that run. 4th down, and I think the Rockets guys are going to have to punt it away. So Muskego getting that big stop after the score. Here's the replay. Just good job filling the lanes. Looked like number 11, one of the first defenders in. That's Alex Chan, a senior inside linebacker. Line drive punt. And guess who? Oh, good tackle though. Didn't let Neenah break free on that. I think that might have been number 76 for the Rockets getting a hand in on that punt return. Tate Rajat. Well, here we go.
Well, that Muskego offense really looked nice in their first drive. We'll see if that momentum remains there for the Warriors. Their second drive of the half, down 21-9.
Whoop, that's going to be a false start. 72 there along the offensive line, waiting, and just kind of jumped a little bit. Parker Morawski, a junior offensive lineman. So Muskego will try it again on 1st and 15. Anybody joining the live stream again, we are using the Muskego High School video stream, doing a great job. Loving the replays. Yeah, they're fantastic. That was kind of the agreement for us to come on down, and they said we could do the play-by-play if we're okay with using their video stream and their production crew.
Totally professional work.
Yeah, really, really well done. So it's been great working with these guys.
First and 15 now for Muskego after the penalty. Ooh. Ponzareo, look out.
Oh, good run, boy. I was fooled. I had no idea where that ball was.
I got a little help from the coaches here, Brett. they were pointing them out.
Nick Leto, the senior running back, a first down run, so no harm, no foul on that false start.
First and 15, and he gets 17 yards.
And in Neenah territory, halfway through this third quarter, Muskego now with all the momentum.
I was just going to say, you feel that switching over to the Warriors side. For the Neenah, if you're a Neenah fan, you want to see that defense come up with a big play.
Handoff, Neenah again. Boy, getting a great push. Neenah, he's going to go. He needs one more block. Trying to get inside, still on his feet, and he is in. Is that a 49-yard run?
That's what I have.
Wow. And Muskego right back in this one. A 49-yard scamper. Second touchdown of the quarter for Neenah.
Got to shout out the big man there, Jacob Stark, 6'4", 225, running the length of the field. Got in there for that one last block at the end. Big fella getting the job done.
And look at this. Neenah with his second
that's just
touchdown run of this quarter.
That's just perfectly blocked. I mean, they're really coming out and setting the tempo. And there's that block that JR was talking about.
Oh, this game is, I mean, it's a one-score game, guys.
We got a game, right?
Well, we talked about what Muskego had to do.
Score touchdowns, right?
That's right. They've come out and they've done it.
49-yard run by Neenah. That followed the 24-yard run to the end zone at 8:39 to play. Back-to-back touchdown drives for the Warriors to open this second half. Remember, it was 21-3 Neenah at the half. 21-16 is the score now as the Warriors right back in this one.
I mean, that's exactly like what we saw from Neenah in the first half. They were the team that was getting occasionally a bigger one. Now it looks like Muskego, the roles have completely flipped here. Not to mention the defenses look so good now for about 4 series in a row.
Funny how it switches. You think 21-3, you're almost a count away from maybe away.
Doesn't switch much in high school from my experience. That's when it happens.
Well, let's see how the Rockets answer, if they can try to do something against a Warriors defense now that's definitely tightened things up.
a touchback. First and 10 from their own 20-yard line for the Neenah Rockets.
Did even have only the one pass attempt, or has he picked up a couple more?
The two, remember? He had that one in the first quarter.
The big attempt that was broken up, right, just now.
And then that one, too, yeah. I think that might be it.
Yeah.
They might have to mix it up a little bit. I did misspeak earlier. I said there were 3. There's 4 Wisconsinites in that recruiting class for next year.
Okay.
I got Torrin Petway from Middleton, had decommitted, then came back. Michael Reski of Watoma, Cooper Catalano from down here in Germantown, also headed to the Badgers in the class of 25.
Yeah, that Watoma kid, I read up on him. Big offensive line prospect there.
How'd that, I didn't even catch the score of that Middleton Bayport game last night. Who ended up winning that thing?
I'm sorry, what was that again?
That Middleton Bayport game last night?
I think Middleton ended up winning that one.
That's a good program, too. Can't forget about the Cardinals. Second down for the Rockets. Kind of taking a couple pretty powerful jabs here by this Warriors defense, and here we go. Third down coming up, and boy, chance to get off the field quickly.
So Middleton did lead Bayport after 3 quarters last night, 28-21. This is not how it ended. 37-28 Bayport.
Oh, that's okay.
Pirates came back to win that one. All right.
Yeah.
I misspoke.
We're going to see those Pirates. Kimberly did not play this week. Their first week 1 opponent pulled out. It was at Milwaukee Vincent. So the game that we'll see next week will be Kimberly's first. Should be a good one. Looking forward to it. Here you go. Van Evenhoven, little toss, and just too high. 3 and out. 3 and out, and Muskego, everything is tilted the Warriors' way right now. Blake Fish, the intended target there, the senior fullback. Just a wayward pass, Ricardo.
We're talking about that Watoma offensive lineman. I remember seeing on Twitter, after I believe they had talked about him or something, but they had a brief shot of the inside of the Badgers office or whatever, and then they showed, I think inadvertently, they showed kind of like who they were after in the junior level, Brett.
Mm-hmm.
And the number 1 guy was Todd Marks of Appleton East. Number 1 on their recruit list.
Is that right?
Yeah. I don't think that was supposed to be shown.
Okay. Well, it was. And look at this. Look at Schroeder feeling the punt, dives into Neenah territory. 1st and 10 at the Rockets 48. A chance for Muskego to take the lead. And still 4:04 to play here in this 3rd quarter. Oh, I can't believe how fast this changed.
Yeah, I could put money on Muskego coming back before the end of the 4th quarter. I maybe would not have risked that, but that's where they're in a really good position to do it.
Yeah, I'm feeling very confident right now, getting to the line fast. There's Labish, boy, just barreling his way. And really, I think right now, guys, just out physicaling the Rockets right now.
Is that a word?
I just made up a word.
Okay. Want to alert Merriam-Webster.
We're all writers, but we can make up our own words.
I'm in agreement. Second down and 6 for Muskego.
Oh, nice job. There's Nemec again. He's busting through. One more to beat. Off to the races. Oh, finally brought down. I thought he was going to score. Grant Dean with the tackle.
Boy, they got them, the defenders, looking all over the place.
Yeah, they're I'd love to know, like, what are some of the tweaks that were made here offensively now that seems to have the Rockets so confused. Ball at the 16-yard line. Or is it just flat out just executing better?
30, should say a 28-yard run there.
Yeah, movement.
Kicking ourselves in the team.
False start against the Warriors. 5-yard penalty, big 1st and 15.
So a false start moves the Warriors back 5 yards.
You know, heck of a 3rd quarter for Nemec. I have him 3 carries in the third quarter for 101 yards.
Is that Leto?
I think so.
So Leto has it. We're all trying to help each other out where that ball is right now.
Even if you know who's got it, there's such a massive humanity, you can't read a number real fast.
Right. Second down and 10. Hand off. Lavish. Third down coming up.
Jack Lavish off the left side. Game 4.
Feels like a big play here.
Yeah.
Can't get that. It's a medium length third down. You don't get the first down. You got to either go for it, risk losing this momentum.
Or will they kick it? Hand off. There's Neenah. And the Rockets read that one pretty well. Good discipline. I think number 11, one of the first players there defensively. That would be Andrew Carlson, a senior linebacker. So fourth down decision time for Ken Krause. Ball where? Inside the 10 or is it at the 10?
Just
About
inside.
9.
At the 9?
Oh boy, they're going for a 4th and 3. JR, do you approve? Putting you right on the spot.
Well, kicking game after that last one got blocked. Not a lot of confidence maybe in that right now. I think you got to do this. I think they're going to get it too.
I think there's a lot of confidence in that offense right now, that offensive line. Shaw's going to keep it. And, makes a nice little move and gets the first down, almost a touchdown. Boy, oh boy, looked like he was down. That Brock Hain, the junior safety there, but what a move by Shaw. We'll probably see the replay here, I think, but I thought he was going to get stuffed. Instead, inside the 5 to the 3.
Looks like Shaw got a little dinged up here. He's walking pretty gingerly back.
And it'll be a timeout, Muskego, to talk. Let their quarterback try to.
It takes a lot of poise to go behind the line, literally come to a stop with the ball in your hands, huddle, not having any idea if the linemen are about to blow you up right now, and then start moving again. And oh, by the way, it's 4th and 3, and you really need to get this conversion.
With the defender in your face on top of that.
Talk about trust in your blockers. Talk about trust in that, that the system, that this play will work. Just pretty impressive poise.
Wonder if Muskego scores, if they'll try to go for 2 and make this a 3-point game.
I think that would be logical.
Yeah. So it was all Neenah basically in that first half. It's amazing. It's just all Muskego here in this third quarter. Funny how momentum, what is momentum? Well, I guess you don't really know, but it is a real thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if it's real, but I see it an awful lot on a Friday night.
Or any night, right?
Yeah, especially with high school kids. It's so easy to get on your heels when a couple things go wrong in a row.
Get tense, feeling the pressure. So first and goal at the 3. And Shaw looks like he's okay. Back in at quarterback. Still in at quarterback. Lavish trying to spin his way in, and he is. And Muskego with the lead for the first time tonight. Senior fullback kind of corkscrews his way into the end zone from 3 yards out. What a comeback by the Warriors.
So many moving parts to just give it to a fullback for a short run, but that's how Muskego gets this done. Jack Lavish has had a really good second half.
Big down.
So 2-point conversion, I would assume, guys. Is it Lavish? Is that how we say it? Lavish?
Yep,
Lavish. Nice run by Lavish to work his way in, and that is exactly what they'll do.
Yeah, give it back to Lavish. He's a kind of perfect running back for this situation down by the end zone.
Shaw. Oop. Nope, he's going to keep it running.
Run it,
and he's in. No, he dives in, gets it. what effort to complete that 2-point run. Again, just that's pretty good strength by a sophomore, right, against that goal line to push his way in.
Among the many stars for Muskego tonight.
Everything.
Great Joey Shaw performance.
Everything working for Muskego right now. Everything. And you see a great goal line shot right there of Shaw getting in. Boy, I can't say enough about the Muskego High School production crew and their camera work. I mean, they got cameras on that goal line and
they have
everything.
Like 7 camera people.
I'm
They've
not
cut
sure
people
what
all
it is,
over
but
this place.
it is amazing.
Is there a camera on us?
Yeah,
There should be.
Why aren't they showing us here in the booth?
Did we just speak that into existence? I hope not. Fortunately, it's dark in here. They won't be able to see it.
Yeah. Wow. 3 touchdown drives in this quarter. Remember, it was 21-3 Neenah at the half.
They didn't even get that lead to the 4th quarter. At least not yet. 40 seconds to go. I shouldn't say that.
Not only a goal line shot, Rosie, but they zoom in as he's diving in, too. That's good camera work here. Really impressed again with the Muskego production crew. Again, if you're late to the webcast, the live stream, we're using the video stream, the video feed by this very talented Muskego High School production crew. They're letting us give the play-by-play. Deep kickoff, boy, great leg. It's going to be at about the 2 or 3 for Zane Schmidt.
That's what we want.
Brian Wen was like right along the sideline. Looked like he was kind of pinned there, but he worked his way back to make that tackle. Pretty setting up tough field position for Neenah. Great play by that middle linebacker.
There it is. You see it on the replay. Good eyes, JR. And boy, they are just pumped up. Sidelines energy levels have just changed. Completely flipped.
Oh, it's at the 20? I thought we got them like the 19.
Now, if you're Neenah, you want to have anything right here, Brett. You want to, at very minimum, some first downs.
Option.
Is that Hannon again? Dre Hannon. Wonder if, with the clock running here, I think that's going to be the final play of the quarter. Come off to the sideline, take a little breather, try to regroup, get maybe Grant Dean back on the field here for 2nd and 9 is how that 4th quarter will begin. But what an absolute dominant quarter for the Warriors. 3 touchdowns, down 21-3, scored 21 unanswered points. The Warriors now with the lead. As we head into these final 12 minutes, you can hear the Muskego fans now. Their energy level has shifted as well. This big crowd here on hand at Muskego High School. Again, thanks to Cellcom. Cellcom is your local wireless carrier who keeps you connected to what matters most with a homegrown 5G network and extraordinary customer care. They are more than just a wireless carrier. They are a technology with a heartbeat. Visit Cellcom.com to learn more. And don't forget about this great deal. For a limited time at Cellcom, every phone is on sale or free for new and existing customers. The choice is yours, so stop in and shop online at Cellcom.com.
Brett, want to send a shout out. Maddox Hermes is asking, hey, shout out to Gabriel, Sebastian, and Jerome.
Okay.
So there you go, my friend.
Had to have been some adjustments by this Muskego defensive line.
Just a little bit.
We're getting gashed in the first half.
Even offensively, what were the little wrinkles that they've added that have gotten the Rockets really kind of their head spinning right now, because they're playing such a Simon sound defense in that first, pretty much the entire first half.
Yeah, 21-point outburst by the Warriors in the 3rd quarter.
You said it. Maybe it's just execution. Maybe it's about where the ball is put by the quarterback.
Again, Van Evenhoven had a receiver right there, but
can't get
way overthrown.
Can't get that passing game going. Boy, what a huge spot now for both sides. You're the Rockets. The last thing you want to do after giving up 21 points in that 3rd quarter is a quick 3 and out, and really looking at giving Muskego some great field position. Conversely, that is exactly what Muskego wants. Get off the field right away, get that red hot offense back on with the ball probably near midfield.
want the wheel to 8. Turn around, wheel to 8.
Third down and long for Neenah. Trying to get something started here in the second half.
Oh, good move by Van Evenhoven, but he's going to be short. Short by a yard. Here's decision time for Steve Young. Do you go for it here? Nope, the punt team is coming onto the field. Is it tempting though, Ricardo? You're a little bit more aggressive than me.
I would have gone, but you know, there is what 11:32 and counting left in the game.
Yeah, I think it's time and situation right now. Steve Young going to trust his defense.
No, but ready. Oh, jeez.
Line drive punt. There's Nemec right now at midfield and in Neenah territory, still on his feet inside the 45. I think they'll mark it at the 44. Great opportunity for Muskego guys to continue adding to a dominant second half.
Is that Nemec on the ground?
It is. He's going to be okay. Walking a little gingerly, but he's going to stay in.
Surprised he didn't have the wind knocked out of him by the screamer of a punt that he fielded, like a dodgeball player.
Boy, if Neenah ever needed a defensive play, now is the time. This is
does a Muskego touchdown here? Could that be the knockout blow?
Well, I'm just saying because the Rockets have not shown an ability to throw the football yet.
Right.
Only one turnover in this game. It was on the very first play from scrimmage.
Muskego doing a little shifting before the snap here. Joey Shaw waiting for it. And Lavish has it. Ooh. This time it was, is that 33, trying to get a number, I believe so, for the Rockets. Cole Fensky, a senior outside linebacker, 5'11", 180 pounds, doing a good job. Actually a loss on that play.
You know, this is good stuff, JR. Can we have it set up where the FBN Classic 8
every year,
across, you know, those kind of games, ACC versus Big Ten, Classic 8 versus the Fox Valley Association. I think that's something that should be explored.
Absolutely. We could even do neutral sites. We can do whatever we want with that.
Neutral sites, yeah. I think there'd be some money involved. Just play it at the schools. Nemec. Oh, he broke free. Broke free again. Look at him run.
Boy, that's some quick.
Wow, what a run for Nemec inside the 30.
That's some quick feet there, my friend.
Boy, I guess. Awfully impressive athlete for the Warriors. And looks like he's getting up a little hobbled again.
It would be a big loss if he's only at half speed. Saw something come out there, some piece of equipment onto the ground. I thought it was the football.
I thought it was a shoe, but I'm not even sure what that was. A towel maybe, or
couldn't be a hand warmer yet this time of year, right?
Yeah,
looks like Nemec is cramping up there, according to Rosie.
Okay, get him all fluid up. There's another word.
Yeah, just
fluided.
Somebody call Merriam-Webster. I don't know what you're doing over here.
My own language. Lavish, oh, big gash.
Man, does he love contact?
He sure does, right? Doesn't shy away from it at all. That's what you want from a fullback.
I'm just here waiting with bated breath for your next word, Brett.
28, you're saying?
I love what you're coming up with.
It all depends on the situation of the game.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
I'm sure any of my former editors are just cringing right now. Lavish again trying to barrel his way, and I think he got the first down. Needed to get to the 20, and I believe, yeah, they're saying move the chains. 1st and 10 for Muskego.
Man, starting to think about asking you that question about if you want a dagger call again.
This could be it right here.
This is a really important moment.
This could be it right here, this drive. Oh boy, look at this. Again, that wing tee to perfection, trying to get in and out at about the 1 yard line. Nick Leto, the senior running back. And Muskego looking for its 4th straight touchdown march to open this second half. Ball will be at the 2.
Just real commitment to those fakes. Thought I knew the first ball carrier, then I thought it was the second ball carrier. The patience, the patience that required.
Because those plays, they develop. I mean, got to have, as JR said, patience, but also awareness, spatial awareness.
I know.
Lavish trying to push his way, bounces outside, still on his feet, and he's in. How about that for your fullback?
Yeah, that's why you lift all those weights.
He's trying to push that pile through and said, nope, that's not happening. I'm going to show the swiftness in my feet, bounce it outside, and he's in for a 2-yard score. His 2nd consecutive touchdown and the 4th straight touchdown drive for the Warriors in this half. Guys, they haven't even been stopped. It's been 4 offensive possessions, 4 touchdowns for the Warriors in this second half. Wow.
3 points at the break, and now they got a 3 in the 10 spot with 8:24 still to go.
Wow. Kick is through. 8:24 to play.
We are definitely seeing some cramping, some Charlie horses, it looks like, developing here as this game goes on in the heat.
We talked about this last night too. It's worth mentioning again how the Fox Valley Association and the Classic 8 have dominated the Division I playoffs for the past really decade plus, I guess. Kimberly, 6 state titles since 2013. The first came in Division II and then the last 5 in Division I. But that included, of course, that run of 5 straight state titles, state record 70-game winning streak. Then Muskego flexes its muscle, winning back-to-back crowns in 18-19, both with 14-0 records, and that stretch included a 41-game winning streak. Then Arrowhead won successive Division I state titles in 2012 and 13. Of course, Kimberly beat Arrowhead in back-to-back Division I championship games in 2014 and 15. Muskego beat Kimberly to win the D1 state title in 18, and then Kimberly topped Muskego in the 2022 Division state championship. So you can see why those 2 leagues are considered the best in the state, or certainly arguably the best in the state.
No, what other D1 can you even consider but these 2?
Jared, what's that conference Franklin's in?
Southeastern?
Yeah, Southeast, yep. They've been there for a while. There's been some movement around. Muskego used to be in the Southeast. Joined the Classic 8 a few years back, several years back now.
Because Franklin's not too far from here, right?
Not at all.
Hop, skip, and a jump, right?
Same side of town, south side. Does not take long to get there.
Yeah.
Oak Creek, they're playing next week. Another team in the southeast. It's kind of just Oak Creek and Franklin, and then you go further south. Now you get the Kenosha Racine teams. But yeah, Muskego was part of that forever. Well, not forever, for a long time.
So is that league? That league's pretty good, obviously.
Yep. Top heavy, if nothing else. I mean,
Yeah.
Franklin's routinely level 3, level 4, level 5, you know.
Yeah.
I almost said level 5, state championship games.
And I'm trying to think that Homestead League, is that...
The North Shore, yeah, I mean, North Shore is interesting because it used to be just Homestead. I mean, there were other teams that were Whitefish Bay. There were other programs that were good, that would have good runs, but like Homestead won that thing every year. And now, I mean, Grafton is really good. Cedarburg is a really good program. You know, Port Washington has had some really good success.
Yeah.
So like teams that I would say used to be on the bottom half of that are cycling through. So it's a very competitive league.
Okay.
And those teams get to state level for sure.
Saw McCullough doing some good work against Grant Dean, and he was celebrating. Now Van Evenhoven, and that's the first completion of the game. And that is to number 13 for the Rockets. That is Blake Fish, the senior fullback. Third down coming up. And the urgency we saw to start the second half of Muskego, now you're going to have to see it for the Rockets, down 10 with 7:15 clock still running here in this fourth quarter.
Don't think we'll see them punting again on fourth down if it comes to that.
You're going to have to go for it, aren't you?
3rd and 5 here for the Rockets. 2 receivers far side. Oh, there's a flag.
Yeah, there is a flag.
Are they going to say that early movement maybe, or what's going to be the call?
Who was it to?
Could be someone lined up. Lined up too far up.
Well, let's see what the referee says.
And they're counseling there with.
Looking at Neenah.
Thought they might be asking Muskego if they wanted to take the play or the yards.
Well, it's on Muskego.
What?
Offsides on Muskego. 3rd and 5 was the play, right? So that should be a first down.
Oh, okay.
Somebody was offsides.
That's
Gonna be close,
a little bit
right?
short
Oh,
on
wow.
third and half a yard. Big penalty.
It is.
Stop the clock too.
Yeah. Well, now they're going to say first down.
Okay.
It was 3rd and 5, so first down now with those 5 yards. So clock winds up, and the Rockets get a fresh set of downs on that offsides call. See if Neenah can take advantage and cut into the deficit. Whoa, nobody there. Looks like a busted play, Ricardo.
Absolutely. Surprised actually we haven't seen a few more mistakes in that way. Saw them yesterday, Appleton North and Muskego.
43-yard line?
They can't take their time too much here.
No.
We're getting
No,
down to
you're right.
6:20. They need 2 scorers, and they're on the wrong side of the field.
Yeah.
Maybe have a little more elevated sense of urgency here.
Only 2 yards. Okay. 6:08. This is a big drive. We can, even if they score, if we can get it down on the minute.
Dean looking for some space. The space that was there in the first half, it's just bottled up.
Defensively, they've
taken over.
yes.
Guys like Shaw and McCullough and just that great front that the Warriors have really just tighten the screws, and there's just no running lanes now for Dean and that running attack.
Told McCullough and Shaw, Liam Shaw, best friends in addition to both being on the defensive line. Been big parts of this program for the last couple years.
Well, you look at McCullough, he's a big kid. Number 90 right there in the end.
Read your keys,
D1 football player.
Yeah. Van Evenhoven dives forward. 4th down coming up. 4th and 2 at the 44. Obviously, the Rockets going to go for it here.
44.
Again, nearing the 5-minute mark here, Brett. Time becoming an enemy of the Rockets.
Yeah.
They don't seem too hurried though, do they?
Let's go.
So one of the Muskego coaches trying to get the crowd fired up. Yeah, I don't know what's taking so long here, but a lot of time elapsing from the clock here. Here's a big 4th down. Dean next to Van Evenhoven.
We're in Eddie.
Van Evenhoven's going to tuck his head in. He dives to the 50. He's got the first down. Clock stops.
Well, it's not over yet. That was pretty essential. About as essential as it comes.
You're going to have to score here pretty fast, though.
At some point, they got to take a shot through the air, right?
I mean, they were in single wing.
Right at the 50-yard line are the Rockets. Dean bottled up. Shaw and McCullough combining on that one. Shaw wrapping up Dean. And McCullough coming in to finish off the play. A couple yards.
You know, Liam Shaw is a pretty big kid too. 6'4", 250, senior. I would not want to mess with 90 and 91 if I came into a football game and saw those two staring at right across from me on the line.
You want them on your side, right?
This is where Liam turned it loose. No, they're not. This is
Van Evenhoven. Oh, got drilled. Look at who that is.
That win?
That is. We called his name a few times, and he just comes flying through on the blitz. Van Evenhoven had no chance on that. Wow.
That was about as spectacular a highlight you see on defense, just right up the gut.
Just shot through that gap. Let's see if we see a replay maybe.
I think
but
they just showed it.
They showed it already. I missed
Pretty.
it.
Come on, Brett, gotta be quick.
I'm not used to being able to look at the monitor for replays. Clock still running, 2.5 minutes to play.
I mean, they're 3rd and long. They got to throw. They're in real desperate straits.
And Evenhoven again. Watch out, nothing there. Boy, they're just unbelievable defensive performance here in the second half. Really all-around performance. That's Chan, number 11 for the Warriors, blowing that play up, getting in the backfield. Alex Chan, the senior inside linebacker.
Nathan McKinnon was there too. That line, man. Like I said at the beginning, they played 44. They started 44 varsity football games before tonight. They know what they're doing. Certainly battled through some adversity in the first half.
Oh, I guess. And it looks like a timeout for the Rockets here on 4th and 16. Again, folks watching online, our next Cellcom Varsity Game. We're going to make Rosie work that game now. He's just kind of hanging out, you know, enjoying. But we're going to be at Bayport up in Suamico, and Kimberly and Bayport playing each other Thursday night. So that's where we'll be next for our Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week live stream.
What about next Friday?
No game next Friday.
Oh, that's right.
Just the one game next Thursday. Of course, that's going holiday weekend. A lot of teams playing on Thursday with the Labor Day. Badgers game. Then the following Friday, we don't have a game. We have another Thursday game because the Packers open the season Friday. We're not going to try to compete with the Packers.
We could double screen that. Brazil and Bayport. Come on, we can do that.
I thought that might not be a smart idea to schedule when the Packers are opening the season that night. So
you'll be off, but I'll be at the Apple Bowl that day.
Are you going to
FVL?
I'm surprised they haven't moved that game.
Well, it's still on the schedule.
I think a lot of teams would be wanting to move games out of that Friday night slot.
Have a lot of teams done that? I don't know if I've seen it here. I haven't paid attention.
I've seen it either.
I don't know if you can, because isn't part of the reason why they do Thursday Fridays because the official shortage right now?
Sure.
So crews work both games.
Plus you get pretty chiseled in with JV freshmen. I mean, you got all play all the games.
Yeah. And a big part of these Thursday games now is, of course, Labor Day. People still want to get up to their cottages or whatever. Squeeze out some last bit of summer.
Yeah, with Badgers and Packers back-to-back weeks like that, I can't imagine athletic directors are too crazy about it.
No, not at all. And there's Gwen again, sacking Van Evenhoven. Jer, I guess that would be your dagger right there. That's what you've been wanting to hear.
That's the one.
That's your dagger right there. A sack. Van Evenhoven goes down, and there's the replay just coming through again, the big old number 44. And with 1:47 to play, Muskego right now just, I would think, content to take a knee, let that clock run out, and what a comeback here in the second half for the number 2 ranked team in the state, according to WisSports.net. I forgot what your ESPN poll was, Ricardo.
We had them third.
Third?
Or maybe it was second. But either way, Neenah played a solid first half, but if I can just talk a little bit about both teams here. We see, is that Lavish?
I don't think there's going to be too much razzle-dazzle here with
That's Lato. Nope.
Clock continuing to run. Neenah not going to burn any time out. So some thoughts on Neenah. I think Muskego made obviously some adjustments. What were they? You'd have to ask the coach. But defensively, man, what a job. And then offensively, this drive not really. We're not going to count it, but 4 straight touchdown drives in the second half. It's got that wing tee humming. But did Neenah run out of gas? I don't know.
I think it was more about Muskego, to be quite honest. I think the adjustments that they made really, from the start of the third quarter, set tempo for that offense, and then the defense rose to the occasion as well. I heard some of the assistants here saying how the kids woke up. Am I right, JR? So obviously Muskego, I don't want to say they sleepwalked in that first half, but they definitely struggled, and they got punched right in the mouth, and I think that's a sign of a great team.
Yeah.
Right? If you get punched in the mouth by a pretty good opponent, what do you do at the halftime? What adjustments do you make, and how do you approach that second half? You feel sorry for yourself, or you get yourself off the mat and come back and take control, and that's what they did.
I just thought anemic with that opening return in the second half, and then that offense came out. It just looked like a different unit and just a different urgency. Came out with confidence. Really, I thought, up the physicality. And Shaw's just going to take a knee as we watch the final seconds of this Week 1 game. Yeah, big pump fake or a fist pump for Neenah. Final seconds winding down here at Muskego High School. There it is, all zeros across the scoreboard. It's a final. Muskego 31, Neenah 21 in our Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week live stream. Wow, what a game, guys. And again, if you have some quick thoughts before you have to head down to the field, that'd be good.
Well, just real quick, we talked about this in Muskego, Appleton North. Two teams like this playing each other, this should be a consistent thing.
I think so too.
A Classic 8 and Fox Valley Association find a way to get it done.
Yeah,
there's enough teams on both sides.
Again, it's great competition, and you find out where you are. Each program finds out where you are when you're playing some of the top teams in the state. And we saw two really good games, two good battles.
Do it over.
But I agree.
Do it over 2 weeks. We'll try to be at least at 4 of them, right?
We'll make another road trip down here or to Arrowhead or wherever it takes us.
We'll drag JR out of the house.
Absolutely, I got a huge radius around Milwaukee. I'll go to Sheboygan County with you guys if you want.
Oh wow!
I love this. This was super fun. I'm happy to oblige whenever you are in the neck of the woods.
How about coming to Kaukauna? Seeing your alma mater.
I mean, now we're talking some serious language. Like you came to me. I owe you a trip to Appleton area. Would love to do a game at Kaukauna.
Hey,
do you think they know me? Do you think they'll remember me?
Well, no, but maybe
sure, fair enough.
If it's a state semifinal like last year was Kimberly and Marquette, we could say, hey, JR, join us in Sun Prairie. Take a spin over, and maybe we could do that.
Yeah, I'm 100% on board. This was super fun. I love what you guys do with Post Crescent. You guys are just you guys set the bar so high for preps coverage. The audiovisual stuff is amazing, and that's just part of it. The roundtables, all the stuff you've been talking about. I love what the Post Crescent does. I've always loved what you guys do. So always impressed. Always trying to steal your ideas as best we can. You guys really rock it. I love being sharing a booth with you. Very fun.
I'll tell you what, I feel really good about myself now.
Yeah. Well, you always feel good.
I do.
Yourself.
Now I'll go down and talk to the Neenah coach. I'm afraid.
All right, till next week.
We're a big fan of JR too.
We love JR. He's on top of everything.
Yeah.
Bucks, Brewers, Badgers, Packers.
Well, even back to his high school days too, where we always liked his stories that he told, and it was fun hanging out with you.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see you at the possibly football championships.
Let's go. This is definitely not goodbye. Definitely not goodbye. We got to try this again.
We'll figure it out. All right, but good stuff here. And I guess I'm not going to run down the scoring. Well, I can run down the scoring when it's a black screen, can't I?
All right, guys, I'm going to head down.
Sounds good.
See ya.
Yep, sounds good, guys. But, we run down the scoring here real quick. McWanago got on the scoreboard with a field goal. That was off of the fumble on the opening play of the game. 3-0 on the 20-yard field goal. Then Neenah back-to-back touchdowns. Grant Dean, 24 yards, 62 yards. Made it 14-3. Evan Van Evenhoven, a 1-yard touchdown run with 6:05 in the second quarter. It was 21-3 at the half, and then 4 straight touchdown drives for the Warriors. A touchdown runs by Neenah, 24 and 49 yards in the third quarter. That made it 21-16. And then we saw Labish with a pair of runs, 3 and 2 yards. The first one came with 39 seconds to play in the third quarter. That gave Muskego a lead it wouldn't give up, 24-21, and then the 2-yard run with 8:24 to play in the game, 31-21. That is the final. With the victory, Muskego improves to 1-0 on the season, and the Warriors, they are back at it. Let me see here. I've got it. At Oak Creek next Friday, non-conference matchup. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. And Neenah falls to 0-1 on the season. They are back at it. They're home against Menasha on Thursday. Non-conference matchup. By the way, guys, that will be the 100th meeting between the longtime rivals, Neenah and Menasha. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. in that one.
Love it when the sister cities battle. Love that.
Yeah, it's too bad that's not a Friday game because Thursday, obviously, as I said, we will be at Bayport for the big Bayport Kimberly game next Thursday night. Our live coverage will kick off at 6:45 p.m. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Cellcom, for a limited time, they'll have every phone on sale or free for new and existing customers. The choice is yours, so stop in or shop online at cellcom.com. And Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Visit them online at Cooney'sEmbroideryandSportswear.com. So for Ricardo, for Jr Radcliffe, for Mike Sherry, and Rosie, and the crew, the entire crew at USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson signing off from Muskego High School. Once again, the final score in our Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week live stream. Muskego comes back, and they take down Neenah. The Warriors win it 31.